No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, some would say. And today we're here with a good friend of mine and a man about town who I'm a very big fan of, Brooklyn Dom.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of Brooklyn Projects.
Thank you. Thank you. Big fan of yours.
You're a fan of me as well?
I am.
Wow, that's amazing to hear.
Because you're from the East Coast and you ride BMX and you have a fucking dope podcast and a dope site.
Well, we have a lot in common. Action sports enthusiasts.
Tattoos.
Known to party.
Yeah.
Got a few experiences with women under our belts. I guess we have that in common.
A lot.
And we both now own retail establishments on Melrose, although you've been here for much, much longer than I.
And you're in my original store when I first moved out here.
Wow, this is
and
really...
then everything that's built right now is I built that wall. I built this whole section out.
You did?
In 1996.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, it was pretty dope, actually. I can't believe it's still here.
That's what I'm constantly fascinated by. It's like the more time I spend on this block, the more I'm like, wow, this is its very own little ecosystem full of its own culture. It's its own world. It's got its own gossip and rumors going around all the time. And then at the same time, as local as it is, the things that go on this block and correspondingly Fairfax and La Brea, I guess, the reverberations from what goes on around this block are in some ways like heard around the world, because a lot of the fashion movements, streetwear brands, et cetera, that pop off here are the ones that end up making moves all over the world.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It all started. I mean, it did all start here. I mean, I guess modern day streetwear has its roots from New York. You know what I mean? And let me move this closer. Here we go. How's that?
You want to be talking right into it. Boom.
How's that? Is that good?
Perfect. Now you sound amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah. Perfect.
Beautiful.
But yeah, like I was saying, it all started, you know, basically in New York in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And, you know, LA became the mecca of streetwear. Mm-hmm. I was there at the beginning of it, and it's just crazy to see where and how it evolved.
So from your vantage point, where did streetwear begin in New York from?
The Lower East Side of New York.
Right.
You know, for me, you know, working at Rush Management and Def Jam in the late 80s, you know, streetwear was, I guess, personified by like the Beastie Boys and the New York hardcore scene. Because they liked, you know, we wore like the Jordans and, you know, we skated, and, you know, the brands at that time, you know, we wore Vision Streetwear and Adidas and Nikes and, you know, Levi's, and then eventually workwear like Carhartt in the early 90s and whatnot. And it all started from there with Extra Large, Pervert, Subwear, you know, Fresh Jive started out here, but a lot of the brands that I was a fan of started in New York.
But it wasn't, there was no describing term for what was going on.
There was no such thing as streetwear.
Right.
It wasn't. It
Until
was
much later. Probably not even was that even a term in the 90s, really?
No, it started in like the 2000s, like 2003, 2004. It's like streetwear, you know what I mean?
It's finally like, oh, we need something to describe this.
That's what it was, because if you really look at it, in 1985, 86, Vision is the one that termed it. Mm-hmm. Vision Streetwear. They had shirts that said it and everything, but it wasn't like, we didn't classify like, you know, Extra Large or Pervert or Stussy for that matter. We didn't. It wasn't streetwear. Mm-hmm. It was just like, I mean, it was like
cool young
skatewear. I mean, I don't know what it was.
But it was so like intrinsically linked to skateboarding and just action sports, I guess, in general. With like, you know,
it wasn't even action sports though. It was skating. You know, BMX was still.
It wasn't not interlocked with the fashion angle of it at all at that time. But you have BMX roots too, right?
I have BMX roots from racing in the way early 80s, 81, 82, to getting into this new thing called freestyling in 84, getting my first copy of Freestyling magazine and seeing Brian Blyther do a tail whip on a Huffy with a long brake cable on the bottom of a ramp. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this thing called the tail whip? And you know, it was like a new thing, and that just like fuck racing. I just went and started freestyling, and then, you know, trails were always a big thing. Shout out to the 7-Eleven trails, Superfly and Robin Morales.
Were you never a skater?
I skated. Well, so I always rode BMX bikes,
and you grew up where, just for the record?
In Brooklyn.
Okay, but where?
In Flatbush.
Okay.
So I skated. My first skateboard was a Schmidt Sticks, but I didn't get that until 83, when a friend of mine, I grew up in a predominantly mixed neighborhood. It was like black, Puerto Rican, and white. My friend Patrick moved into a total white neighborhood in Georgetown, in Canarsie, actually. And, you know, from there is when I got way more into BMX, but also into skating. And then we used to hang out at this place called Marine Park Bikes. And the guy that gave me sold me my first skateboard and taught me how to skate was a guy named Chiwe, who looking back now, he looked more like a wannabe Christian Hosoi. Mm-hmm. He had the hair like him and everything. And then we started hanging out downtown in the mid to late 80s at Soho Skates, which was like the epitome. It was like the Supreme before Supreme. And it was like you go there and see Andy Warhol hanging out in there, and then every cool skater, and it was right close to the Brooklyn Banks. And
Kim, just make sure you don't kick that stand by all means. Okay, I just saw your foot hit it earlier.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Party foul.
You're fired also. All right.
So yeah, that's my little
But so then how did you start? What were your early jobs? Did you have like your first job in like the culture per se? And before that, did you feel like you were just like someone who, were you just taking it all in? Were you reading magazines, watching MTV and just trying to make sense of what was, no MTV yet, right?
There was no MTV. We had U68 at the time, which was like it played the same 3 or 4 metal videos or hip hop videos over and over again on a loop.
Right.
It was all about the magazines, but more so it was about going out and experiencing shit, which kids don't do today. You could sit at home and learn everything and watch everything. That's why I think now, like the sport of skating and BMX, you have kids that are 13, 14, 15 better than dudes that have been doing it for 15 years because they see what a guy has tried and learned in like maybe 2 or 3 months of trial and error.
Right.
They'll watch YouTube and put it in slow motion and watch every aspect of it and go learn it in a day. And
so your main way of like taking part in the culture at the time, though, you had to be there. There wasn't really a whole lot going on, magazine or
just magazines, and you had to be there. And what was there, it was so spread out.
So how did you find your way into like going to shows and taking part in this kind of stuff? Because it was the kind of thing where you had to be kind of lucky to even figure out what was going on in that regard, right?
Yeah, and that happened with, so my uncles owned a very famous club called Lemoore. And I was very, very lucky to, go to heavy metal shows.
So from a really young age?
12 years old.
So you knew about hip-hop or metal before you knew about hip-hop?
No, I knew about hip-hop. I grew up, breakdancing, and I didn't get into heavy metal until, again, my friend Patrick moved. And then this is like 81. And then he turned me on to like, what's this Ozzy and Black Sabbath and Judas Priest? And then my first concert, which is a crazy one when I look back at it. Well, my first concert ever was in 1977, which was Kiss, which was everybody at the time, be like, Kiss. It was Kiss at fucking the Garden. And then soon after that, my dad owned a camera store in Manhattan below a club called Bonds. And I remember going there, and I remember seeing The Clash because they played upstairs. And I was like, I wasn't really into them. So I was always into hip hop, and I remember we all went to Sam Goody and bought the Sugar Hill Gang record when it first came out, and we're into like that type of shit. And then when my friend Patrick moved, turned me on to this metal stuff, and then the first show I went to was at the Palladium in New York, and it was Iron Maiden opening up for Judas Priest, which was insane. Yeah. And I was like, yo, this is amazing. And the amount of pussy at the show was just like, I was like, holy shit, there's like chicks at the show.
So you were taking part in this, or you were just looking?
I was just looking. I was only like fucking 12. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know.
Hey, man.
Some 12-year-olds are fucking.
Hey, man, I lost my virginity. Believe it or not, I lost my virginity. It's a great story. I lost my virginity at 18 years old.
Really? Me too, actually.
Okay, but
late bloomer gang.
Okay, well, the thing is, the way I lost it was pretty. I got raped. And I'm not saying that like, and but let me say this. Okay, it's a light way I'm using this, like being raped. I wasn't raped. Like, I'm not trying to make a joke of it, but I was definitely taken advantage of by a woman who was 36 years old.
Wow.
And she had a local reputation, I guess, in the club scene. She was a nurse. Her name was Jerry the Nurse.
At 18, though, this is when that
I was 18. She was 36 or 37.
So you were holding on to your virginity for dear life for some reason?
Well, it wasn't that. So my uncles owned a club called Lemoore, and I used to hang out there all the time. And from going there, I knew all the bands, and I was always backstage. And I was a cute kid, like I'm a cute guy now. So I basically, all these girls always wanted to get down with me, and I would go home with them and go after parties and whatever. And I was like 16, 15, 17, and I would go all the way. But right before we fuck, I'd be like, I gotta go, because I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't want to like.
It wasn't like a religious influence.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh man, Dom didn't know how to handle business, because I had my reputation. So I just didn't. I mean, it got so bad. I'll tell you how how fucked up I was when I was younger to have my image. I remember I didn't know how to like kiss a girl, like tongue kiss her at like 13.
You practice on one of your bros?
No, bro, no, not like that. No. But I did something even better. I think I did something even better.
Wow.
So what I did was, there was this chick named Barbara, and I'm not going to mention her last name because
Walters.
Whatever, Barbara Walters, let's call her. And I remember she was like the local. I was 13. I was 14. She was 15, and she was like the local hoe. Ooh. Like in the group of kids in my friend's neighborhood. She was easy. She was like fucking everybody, blowing everybody. So I never really talked to her, but she was cute. And I remember seeing her at this fucking show, this like battle of the bands, and she was there. And I paid her $25. I said, yo, would you fucking teach me how to fucking kiss and get down? So I paid her $25 and she taught me, and I learned from like a slut how to kiss.
Wow.
So, soon after, all these chicks, I would never go to, all the way home with them. I never fucked them. Until I got like taken advantage of by this girl named Jerry the nurse.
So what'd you do exactly to take advantage of you? She was stronger than you?
Who? Jerry the nurse?
Jerry the nurse.
So what happened was, we were at the show in New Jersey, and I was with my friend Peter. Rest in peace. He's the singer of Typo Negative.
Wow. Okay.
Peter Steele.
Peter Steele. Out. Losing your virginity with Peter Steele. That's pretty cool.
So
that's pretty cool.
So this is even before. This is even before Typo Negative. This is when he was in the band Carnivore, which is like one of my favorite bands ever.
Jesus, Hitler, Adolf Christ.
That's it, dude. I went one year as Halloween. I went because I had long hair. I went as Jesus Hitler. I shaved. Yeah, it was pretty dope. I have pictures. I'm wearing a white
would get
robe.
you like a BuzzFeed article these days.
Dude, that would get me in jail. So I remember we were in Jersey of all fucking places. I don't know how the fuck we got there. It was a show, and Peter was hitting on this chick because she looked like Pamela Anderson, right? She really did. And he was up on her business so bad, and she wasn't having it, but she knew he was friends with me, and she always used to look at me at the club. Always. She used to eye me. But I was like, yo, man, she's always like fucking these rock dudes and like these older dudes and whatnot. So I never thought I had a chance, and I didn't even think about it. So Peter goes, yeah, we need to ride back to Brooklyn. She's like, oh, I'll drive you guys back. We went to go eat. And then I remember she's driving back to Brooklyn, and she's going towards Peter's house. And she was like, I'm going to take you home first. He's like, well, why don't you take home Dom first? She goes, no, I'm just going to drive you guys home and go to sleep. And, it was like, okay. He was pissed. She drops him off. She gets to my house. She pulls into my driveway. I open the door. She had a fucking brown Trans Am. I open the door, and then she fucking steps on the gas and fucking goes, I'm kidnapping you. I'm like, okay. Takes me back to New Brunswick, New Jersey. She gets me in her apartment. So now she's fucking fooling around me, whatever. And she's trying to pull down my pants. I got the massive heart on, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm trying to this is a professional in my mind. You know what I mean? I'm thinking this is like a hot chick. I'm losing it right there.
36 she might as well be 80 when you're 18.
Exactly.
So,
she was fucking banging, dude.
Okay, so you had that part going.
Dude,
okay, good.
she was fucking banging.
Yeah.
Like you seen her, you're like, damn. Like everybody wanted to get down with like this girl. I mean, she banged everybody. Axl Rose, Sebastian. She fucked.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So she was hot as fuck, and I remember she's trying to take off my clothes, and then she's starting to blow me and all this shit. I'm like, oh my God, I'm thinking baseball and BMX and like. So then I'm fighting her and shit, and like she's just like, she kind of gave up, and then she goes upstairs to the bathroom, and I'm like, cool. We're getting ready to go to sleep. I'm thinking, right? She comes back down in a negligee. I'm thinking, I swear on my mother, I'm thinking, oh, she's put on her pajamas. We're going to bed. So she gets on me again. I'm feeling her up. She's naked now. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then she gets up and she goes like...
So you want to feel her up. You're just terrified to actually fuck her.
Right.
Okay.
I'm feeling her up. She's fucking wet and the whole nine. And I'm like fucking losing my shit. And then she stops and she stands above me and she pulls off her little string things, and then the shit falls out. And there's like a naked woman like out of fucking Playboy standing above me. So now she's trying to pull off my pants, and I'm fighting her because I just don't want to do it.
You punched her?
No, I'm like fighting for her, taking off my pants. This and that. She's like, what are you doing? She's like, fucking stop fighting me. Just let it happen. What's your problem? I'm like, okay. So then she's trying to get on me, and I'm like, oh no, you can't get on me. She goes, why not? I go, I don't have a condom. She goes, I'm on the pill. And I go, well, I don't know if you're clean or not. She goes, I'm a nurse. It's okay. She goes, I want you to fill all of my orifices. I'm like, what the fuck's an orifice? I'm thinking, I'm a fucking high school dropout.
What?
Right? So homegirl gets on me, and as soon as she gets on me, I bust a nut.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's done. And then she looks at me, and I tell her like an idiot, oh yeah, you're my first. And she thought like I was a stud because she would always see me with all these chicks. And then she gets off me, turns her back on me. And I was like, well, now that I had a piece of the pie, I want more. And she was like, yeah, whatever. And she totally didn't talk to me afterwards. And then she dropped me off. And every time she saw me afterwards, she didn't want nothing to do with me. Wow. And I'm like, wow.
And you never heard from her now? Like,
never. She's probably like fucking 90 years old
no,
now.
she's like literally like, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm pretty sure she's like 70, yeah.
About 80 years old,
well,
70 years old.
she's 18 years older than you. Oh my God.
Old, yeah. Yep.
Bro.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's pretty nuts.
So your first time having sex was you were inside of her for what, 3 seconds?
If that.
Jesus
Probably
Christ.
1.2.
Wow, you're lucky.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was luck.
That's good. Get it over with real fast the first time.
Yeah, and I wanted more. She turned me down.
So you go on a rampage after that and just start banging everybody in town?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I know your number.
Dude, it's
pretty impressive.
I went off. I mean, for those couple of years, I was like, okay, you know what? I had to go back and do the cleanup job.
Right.
That's
kind of how I've always felt too, because I had a really strict like Christian girlfriend all through high school. Wouldn't let me fuck her. We're doing everything else. I'm eating her ass. I'm like 16. I'm getting head. I'm eating pussy, but would never let me fuck her. And then I finally like break up with her like right before summer starts, right after I graduate, and then I just went crazy.
Yeah, ape shit. That's like me.
Yeah.
I went fucking ape shit. Like I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
But
and New York at the time too. You're running through all. You never got STD
New York,
or what?
Never.
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 Me neither. What is that? We got the immunity?
You know what? I actually, one time I did catch crabs.
Oh, okay.
But it was because I slipped on there was this guy named Dave Sod, and he was in like this poser glam metal band, and like my boy was his roommate in Manhattan, and I crashed at his house when Dave was on tour, and I just slept on his fucking bed, you know what I mean, on his mattress on the floor, because I didn't want to drive home at night. And, I never liked to do it anyways, a jerk off. But I stayed in his bed, and it was just for like literally fucking 4 hours. And I went home, and I'm like, my fucking balls are itching. I didn't understand. And I took a shower. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, yo, it's like really itching. I look like 2 days later, and I see these fucking like things. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I run to the doctor. I thought I had some weird, crazy disease. And he's like, oh, you got crabs. I'm like, what? How? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I couldn't figure it out. Then we pinpointed it. It was fucking from Dave's dirty ass bed.
Not one of the many dozens of women they were sleeping with at the time.
Fucking dude, he slept. He was
You lived through the AIDS epidemic.
I lived through it at the beginning of it,
Right.
and I mean, I pretty much practiced safe sex throughout my teen years.
Do you remember it changing the dynamic sexually? Like where
100%. But you know what? You know what's fucked up? One of my friends, so the kids I grew up with, the Bassos, the twin brothers. I grew up with them. I love them. Their dad was my doctor, my mom's doctor. He was like a general practitioner, and this is a crazy one. And I remember we went to dinner one day at his house, and we had a talk with his dad, because this is like when it was like really rampant.
Right. It was really scary, because it's like you didn't really know how crazy it was going to
Yeah.
be. You just knew it was a big deal. Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was all over the news, and then when Magic got it, it was like, what?
Yeah.
And Eazy-E and all this shit. So, but then he goes, I mean, I don't know if it was right for him to say this or not, but he was just like, hey, you know what? Unless you're a drug addict or you're fucking somebody with open wounds, that's a fucking like a real like drug addict or whore. He basically said, or you're gay. He basically told us, he goes, use your idols, meaning the Motley Crues, the Skid Rows, the Metallicas, as a guiding. When you start seeing them get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm looking, you know what? Well, fuck, Axl Rose is still here. Slash, fucking Faster Pussycat, all these glam metal bands. Dude, they were fucking running through chicks like more than I've ever seen anybody in my life, and they're still around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I guess you're right. So that's where that fucking ended.
So how did you actually end up in like the club scene, hang out with all these cool people and stuff by the time you were 18? Like, what do you credit your ability to sort of be in with that swinging crowd? You always just been a cool guy?
No, I've been an introverted fucking like dork, actually.
Why'd they let you in then?
Well, my uncle owned a club, and I just became
right,
friends with everybody, and I was just a friendly, hyper kid, and you know, and I everything I do, and you know this, everything I do, I don't do things with a hidden agenda. I do it out of the goodness of my heart, and then you know, it's burned me way too many times, but I still do it, and maybe not so much now, but when I was younger, so I was just there at the right time, helping people out, and you know, and just like I just got into that, you know, that scene, and I stuck around, and then that landed me going on the road with a lot of bands, and that landed me to being a VJ on MTV, which changed my life forever.
So it was going on the road with bands that was how you got the relationships that eventually led you to MTV?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
so who were the first bands that you started to go on tour with?
Anthrax was the main one.
Really?
Slayer, Anthrax, fucking Blind Melon, Possessed, Death Angel, Violence.
And it was going on tour with Slayer and Anthrax at that time as big a deal as it sounds now, or was that still in their formative years?
It was huge back then, but you know, it was big, but it got bigger a couple of years after I quit.
Right.
It was big then, but it kind of like it really, like, put it this way, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 7.5. And then when I left, it went to 10.
Right.
But it was pretty fucking dope. Now it's like a whole different ball of wax.
Right.
You know what I mean? Touring now is so much. You know, the buses look like fucking mansions on wheels.
So you really weren't built up for the slinging t-shirt life, or what were you doing on the road? You didn't like it?
I was doing guitars. I was doing you know, assistant tour manager. The best job I had was being like it was called personnel, which is basically like a gopher, like doing, you know, picking up their laundry, and you know, you get to hang out with the band more and just handle the dressing room shit. That was the easiest and most less stressful thing. You know what I mean? Because the guitars and doing drums and all that, you constantly, it's just a lot of fucking work.
So you chose to step away from all that at a certain point?
Yeah, I did, because I was tired of like just going. I mean, literally, there was times where I would be home maybe a month out of the year. And it sounds like fun. You know, people are like, oh, I want to travel. And granted, for a high school dropout, I saw the world. But, you know, it definitely, it's not fun. For the first year, it was fun. But when you do it more than 2-3 years where you're living out of literally out of a suitcase, or living on a tour bus, and it gets old really quick. It really does. Unless you're the rock star.
Yeah, and to people who've never traveled, it's like, oh, like it sounds so cool to travel. But then once you actually get down to the bare bones of what it is, you know, it's a lot of like 15-hour drives. You don't see a goddamn thing besides the hotel and the fucking venue.
And then you got to pick up the gear, because you know, it's not like the bands weren't that big yet to like play like arenas where the union picks up the stuff. It's like me and the roadies lugging in all this fucking equipment.
Were you on tour buses, or are you still in the van stage?
Tour buses.
Okay, you're past vans.
I did vans too, but this was tour buses, which was a fucking, I mean, it was great. I loved sleeping on the tour bus. It was fucking
I like it
awesome.
too, because you have that little cocoon for you.
Cubicle, and I remember the day that we had TVs put in our little bunks. This was like 1990 something. It was just like, wow, we got TVs now.
I don't know though. To be honest, I fart a lot, and I don't know if I really want to be in a fart capsule for.
It doesn't really smell though, because I mean, these 12 bed tour buses. I mean, you could take a shit. Well, you're not supposed to take a shit in the fucking. We used to shit in plastic bags and fling them out the window, because you know, you don't shit.
You put
on
it like in the toilet, you shit into it, and then you throw it out. Yeah,
Yep.
I've had to do that in a lot of like fucked up hotel bathrooms and stuff over the years.
One time we did a Depends party, where we all wore Depends, most of us, and
Wow.
we all you know, it was a long drive. It was like 9 hours, and we just sat there getting high, drinking, smoking weed, and shitting and pissing in our Depends. It was pretty fun.
Wait, in a hotel? This was?
This was on a tour bus.
You were shitting and pissing in your diapers.
Yeah.
So is this all you and a bunch of men?
Yeah.
No women.
Not on a tour bus, no.
Wow,
Not
this
when
is
we're
some
driving.
wacky. What year are we going to place this at?
It's like 1989.
I want to know if there's any kids watching this out there that have the gall to try that. Like, because I feel like if I was 18, I might think that was a pretty funny idea right now.
Dude, think about it.
Right
You
now,
know,
it seems kind of fucked up at 33.
it's fucked up, but like, you know, if you think about it, it's like, you know, Depends is the way to go. Like, if you want to drive across country.
Is this a sponsored placement? You got a contract before you came here?
I'm going to be 70, and you know, when I'm 70, it depends. You know, make sure you remember me to send me my fucking my fucking Depends.
He ain't new to this.
No, man. But the Depends shit was kind of cool. You know what I mean?
I had some friends who, when I was like 16, they were a couple years older than me, and they all were like buds, and they all went on vacation together. And the entire time they were on vacation, they didn't flush the toilet, so they would just shit on it, and they would just leave it there because they thought this was, when you're 18, that seems kind of funny, right?
Yeah, but not for me. I've shitted.
But you were okay with shitting in it.
I've done some really I did some really fucked up shit with shit in my time on the road. I mean, I've shit in people's fucking food trays and cover it. I've shit in people's bunks. I've tossed shit at people.
With your bare hand or no?
With a piece of plastic, I threw it at people.
That's pretty sick. Well, that's kind of, do you credit that to just the overall mentality when you're on tour where you feel like you're better than everybody? You can get away with whatever you want.
I was just trying to be, when I did it, I was trying to be the biggest dick I could be to people that were dicks to me. So I'm like, oh, okay, you want to fuck with me? Okay, what's the worst thing you could do? Oh, I'm going to fucking take my shit and I'm going to fuck with you on it. You know what I mean? So I would do that.
Some people would link that directly to like mental illness.
Well, there's also a Mike Patton from Faith No More told me about this. He did, I think they're called a corphophagist. I think it's called.
Oh, it's someone who eats their own shit.
Who likes to eat shit and smear shit. So it could be, maybe I had a little bit of that fantasy.
Well, that's like a metal band that like I've never listened to, but I've seen the name a bunch of times, like Cardophagia or whatever.
Yeah,
like one of those death metal, like grindcore bands that like the lyrics probably are all about eating your own shit.
I mean,
you ever get into that?
No.
Grindcore.
Grindcore, yes. I was at the beginning of it, like Napalm Death, Carcass, like, fucking dude.
That stuff's cool. Like, to me, Napalm Death is dope. To me, like, I started getting into metal in like 98 or something, and I started to look at all this like Relapse Records stuff at the time.
The fucking shit,
Super into that. And then like that kind of got me into the really ridiculous gore grind and stuff, and the porn grind with the sound effects of the fucking blood and the sound. It was so weird.
You should check out this band called Mr. Bungle.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that name a lot.
Because Mike Patton from Faith No More, they were the purveyors of like sampling porn, like porn girls fucking and this and that, and like squishes and all that crap. And this was like 1990, 89. So
I like it because it would just end up being like a 40-minute, album of just like a wall of just noise, and it was
noise band.
It's not like you really wanted to listen to it, but it was cool to know it existed. Just like, oh, this is the most extreme version of music that you can ever come up with.
Yep.
You ever have any? Well, I seen you in the Anal Cunt shirt the other day.
Oh, Anal Cunt was the fucking best, man.
See, I'm from like right near there, so to me that was so cool to be like, damn, I know of all these metal bands, but the one that is the worst, most repulsive, horrendous band ever, they're from here.
Yeah, they were dope. I mean, it sucks that homeboy died, but
that's Seth Putnam,
yeah. So it sucked.
It's kind of a meme I have going with my audience where I try to convince them that I used to be an anal cunt. It's not true at all.
That name is so. I mean, the logo is the best.
Genius.
You know what I mean? It is genius.
You ever see anybody do a logo rip with that though? I've always wanted to. I just got to figure out what it might be like.
Well, just take the A and the C and just make it into fucking N and J.
Or OSS.
OSS.
But
the O is the asshole.
Yeah, but then the S's are what? Like intestines or like shit or something? I don't know. It would be kind of hard to...
Yeah, that's true.
Well, how would Seth want it is like really the question.
You know what? I don't think Seth would want it. He was kind of fucking, for me meeting him, he was kind of a dick. No offense.
I'm not even slightly surprised by that. You ever meet Gigi Allin? For some reason, I think you might have.
No, you know what? I was going to go to a Gigi Allin show, but then it was at CBGB's. But I was actually scared because...
he was that notorious even at the time.
I mean, apparently, well, I know for a fact, he played Danceteria like a couple of weeks, about a month before the CB show, and my friend went. And he just started like, he got naked and he was like just beating shit out of everybody, throwing shit all over the place. I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Like it's cool to watch it on video, but would you have really wanted to go there? It's kind of a different question.
Fuck no. I remember just not recently, a couple of years ago, I saw this band called, and this is the closest thing I've ever, I can compare it to like a Gigi Allen show. I saw this band called Watain. Yeah. You know about these dudes?
Sounds a little familiar.
So these dudes, I remember seeing them, they were at a festival back in 2002, I was in Australia, and I remember seeing them backstage, and they're nice guys. I'm sitting there talking with the guys in Biohazard to them, and they seemed like a death metal band, whatever. They kind of smelled, but and then so I didn't know nothing about them. So Billy from Biohazard just asked them. He asked them, so what's up with this? With your gear and like you dousing yourselves in blood and not showering. I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is he talking about? But they look like they haven't showered for like they look like something out of like Road Warrior, like fucking Mad Max. I swear to God. And then they said it with such and me and Billy have been through so much shit, and Billy's like a fucking dude that's not scared of anything. But these guys said with a straight face, like we like to smell like death, but because it opens up your soul for us to put our evil in it.
Right.
But they weren't saying it like, they were like so dead ass straight, and it gave me a little bit of the chills. So I didn't see them live because we caught them after their act, and then I saw them years and years later. They were playing the Whiskey out here, and I remember, oh fuck, I want to see these dudes. So I remember going there. I remember going right before the fucking door to get in on Sunset. It was a hot day. The smell that was coming out of there, I was like, this can't, you know. I go in there, and I swear to God, I was like gagging. People were throwing up.
You were in GA, and it still smelled that bad, or were you like up close and personal?
No, it was like as soon as I walked in the door, the smell hit, and it was humid. They already been playing like 4 or 5 songs in, but they were dousing themselves. They had pig's head on the thing. They were dousing themselves with pig's blood, and they don't shower. And and for the whole tour, that's their thing. They douse themselves in animal blood. They don't shower after the show, and basically the rotten blood drying up in their hair and their pores. It is the smell of death.
Yeah.
So that's what they emulate. That's what they want to, put out there. And it just, the smell was so bad I couldn't stand there more for 10 minutes.
I feel like they would just get an infection or like some real serious like health issue.
Dude,
with that.
These dudes, the smell, the best way to put this is like if you driven across country and going by in a slaughterhouse and you have there's a smell at a slaughterhouse, it was like that times 100. I can never ever forget that smell.
So that's really the question, because like you could look at that, you could kind of look at like the whole Norwegian like church burning black metal movement. You could look at
which
like,
I support
as well, but you could look at kind of like the insane like gang style like hardcore violence that we've all like heard crazy stories over the years. So like the question at a certain point I think becomes, does metal and punk? So you have a text from Glenn P.P. Milligan that says, say something nice about me on the podcast and let's shoot your lookbook, fool. Glenn, what can we say that's nice about him?
Glenn Milligan is one of my fucking oldest, dearest friends. Used to run Brooklyn House in Brooklyn.
Right.
Glenn, you are the fucking best. And you know what? He's one of the only dudes. I shouldn't say only. He
filmed the Mike Spinner video part. I don't know if that means anything to you, but it's
Did he really?
It's very significant.
I didn't know
for the
that.
Nike video. Nike paid him to do that. That's very rare.
The fact that Glenn works for Nike now is a fucking unbelievable thing right there. But the fact that as busy as he is, that's one of the guys that has appreciated what Brooklyn House, Brooklyn Projects has done for him. And he always like, hey man, let me shoot this for you. Hey, let me do this for you. And it's like, he don't have to because he's so high up on the ladder. You know what I mean? Glenn, I love you, dude. Glenn Milligan is the fucking best. The PP. You always got to remember to put the PP because he gets mad.
He was, because there was also a BMX industry type guy named Glenn Mulligan. You take out the PP.
No, Keith Mulligan.
Keith Mulligan. Fuck.
Sorry,
damn,
Keith.
I should really know that. Actually, that's good. That's fitting
BMX,
that I did
Snap
now.
BMX, Racer. Yep.
That's very fitting.
But anyway, sorry, Glenn.
But Glenn, like, was one of the first people I ever interviewed. On
Really?
the BMX side of things.
Really?
Yeah, he might have been like the 6th one. He was very early on.
He was fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
Glenn is, he was probably one of the best. He's like, he's one of the nicest guys. And same thing with Robbie Morales.
He was a good guy. Robbie.
Robbie's the best.
Shout out to Robbie.
Robbie Morales is fucking, can't thank him enough.
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about you getting into the Headbangers Ball way of life. Was this like, did you like this lifestyle change going from a guy who was on tour all the time to a guy who was all of a sudden, cooped up in the MTV offices? Or what was the lifestyle change like?
So, the lifestyle change is pretty dope because here's the thing. I would never think in a million years, growing up where I grew up and being a high school dropout, not by choice, just because I got some fucked up shit happened to me when I was young.
Well, you got expelled or?
I got kicked out, and I remember begging. I'll never forget. I mean, I'm not embarrassed to say this, but I remember begging the principal on my knees, crying, to not expel me because schooling was everything to my mom, and the fact that I wasn't going to be in school. And I remember telling him. I got so mad, I slapped the fucking globe off his desk. And I said, yo, by next year, I'm going to be making more money in 1 week than you do in a fucking month. And sure enough, I pretty much soon after that, I was going on the road making pretty much what he would probably make in a month in about a week and a half. So
there you go.
But the MTV thing came as I didn't want to go on the road no more because I wanted to have some sort of life. So I started selling jewelry at my friend's jewelry store in Manhattan. high-end jewelry store, like on Madison Avenue. I'm selling like fucking back then $20,000-$30,000 watches, diamond
Seems
necklaces.
like you kind of got a horseshoe up your ass in this whole thing. Like your life story seems to be things going pretty well for you.
Well, you know, like it had its goods and its bad things, you know. But you know, at that point, it was a couple of good things, and then just randomly, I went to a show, and I would always like hook up these MTV people, not knowing they were MTV people, just being Dom. You know what I mean? Being Brooklyn Dom, just like, hey, I know you. Oh yeah, you need tickets? Oh yeah, I'll get you in, whatever. And I would get these one group of people in all the time when I was working with the bands, even when I didn't work with the bands anymore. They would always like get the tickets fucked up or didn't have passes. And they'd be like, who the fuck is this kid that knows all the fucking bands, who can get us in and has better passes than us? And you know, everybody loves him. So one day they're like, hey, you know, you should come up to MTV and you know, come and hang out with us one day. And I'm like, you know what? I really want a job at MTV because I wanted to leave the jewelry business and I wanted to work at MTV. You know, I said, I'll clean the floors. I'll fucking work in the office. They're like, you know what? We may have something for you. Call us. And I called them, and a couple of weeks later, they said, hey, can you meet us at this place called the Scrap Bar in New York? I'm like, okay. And I get there, and they give me this clipboard with questions on it. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking I'm going to be a PA. And about an hour into it, I'm like, oh shit, there goes Ricky Rackman, the host of Headbangers Ball. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, fuck, you know? And at the time, I didn't have MTV. We couldn't afford it in Brooklyn. Straight up, I couldn't afford it.
You knew about the show, though? Was it a really big deal at the time?
It was a big deal, Headbangers Ball. I remember, like, basically going to my friend Gordon Antz's house. He had MTV. He lived in Manhattan. But I went up there to watch the premiere of the Metallica video, for one, because they never did a video before. And I'm just like so tripped out that I'm talking to MTV people. And then they're giving me this clipboard, and I'm meeting Ricky Rackman. I'm like, okay, this is the best. You know what I mean? And then some guy comes up, and he's like fucking miking me. I'm like, what's this? He's like, aren't you on-air talent? I'm like, no, what's on-air? What the fuck is on-air talent? What are you talking about? And then Eva's the producer. She goes, hey, Dom, so you're going to go ask these questions to these kids at the next venue we're going to. I'm like, what do you mean? Like on camera? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to be on camera. Like, no, you should do it. You should do it. No. They finally made me do it. I did it, and I was nervous, and they showed it to the execs, and they played it, and fucking people fucking loved it, and I got my gig straight from there. And that's what changed my life and put me in a whole different path, which, you know, helped me get to where I am today.
How many years did you do that for?
5 years.
5 years. Mm-hmm. And so what was that lifestyle like, though?
It wasn't what you think. We'll put it this way. It was and it wasn't. The pay was shit.
Really?
Yeah, because I worked one day. I worked at Headbangers Ball. So for the first 3 years, okay, I worked 1 day a week for whatever, an hour.
And that's what like dictates how much you get paid in the TV business.
Yeah, I got paid.
Yeah.
Yep, I got paid $350
a week or a month. Okay.
Yeah, but from that though, there was perks. I started DJing the Limelight, which gave me money, and then you know I started hosting like events, and they would pay me money. And then eventually, my contract was up, and then they gave me another 2 years. My pay raise got a little bumped. And then I started doing like overnight VJ set. Overnight, they're called overnights, and where I would like, you would film them in the daytime, but they play like a 1 to 2 in the morning.
Where it'd be like just introducing the videos.
Hey,
stuff,
we got on the next block. We got the new fucking Toad the Wet Sprocket and fucking the
Doesn't
new
that
one.
feel like ancient fucking history that used to be the normal way of like communicating music to people?
was MTV, and I was like, I was a celebrity, and I never knew how big I was because everybody in New York knew who I was, and so I had these 2 funny stories that trip me out to this day still. So one of the first times I knew I was kind of like, and I sound like a douchebag saying this, famous.
No, it's,
but back then, if you were on MTV, if you were on MTV, you were fucking famous because there was only like 10 networks back then. It wasn't like 100 networks. It wasn't crazy cable. It wasn't YouTube.
Yeah.
You're MTV.
At that time, if you were on TV with any sort of consistency, you were famous.
You were famous. I had a fucking agent at William Morris. Like fucking, I was like Big Willie for a minute. But I never let it go to my head. I was always Dom. And I remember going to this club in Jersey. I forgot the fucking name, but I would go there all the time because it had hot chicks. And we would go there, and you know, it was great to see the shows there and whatever. And then the owner of the club comes up to me and he's like, yo, so next week, can you bring the camera crew down like you said? I'm like thinking to myself, damn, did I say that? And I was like drunk. I don't remember. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, sure. I just like, whatever. I just want to go inside and drink and have fun with my friends. And then like I go to the bar and I go, because the bartender's like, yeah, anything he wants, just give it to him. Okay. So I go to the bar and I get 2 drinks and the girl goes, you just finished those other ones I just gave you? I go, what are you talking about? She goes, I just gave you 2 drinks. I'm like, no, you didn't. But I'm like, okay. So
You have a clone.
Dude, it gets fucking scary. So throughout the whole night, people are thinking like I'm talking. Oh yeah, like all these people are talking to me like I've been hanging out with them. Like, what the fuck is going on? So now my friend Mike comes up to me. He goes, dude, you're gonna shit. I go, what do you mean? He goes, come with me right now. I'm like, what? He goes, just come with me. I go into the one section of the club. I see this dude. I swear to God, he's got my whole fucking kit on, my whole hairdo. I look at him and I go, holy shit. He goes, yeah. I go, what the fuck? He goes, dude, I went up to him and he said he was you. And if I wanted an autograph, I'm like, what? And I walked up to this kid and I was like, yo, Dom, man on the street, he looked at me. He's like, yeah. He's like, oh shit, it's you. I'm like, yeah, it's me. He goes, but how are you on TV right now? I'm like, wait, but why are you saying you're me? So this dude's been going to the club for fucking like a month saying he's me and getting free drinks, getting his friends in. So it's pretty fucking scary to see somebody like, it was like a total doppelganger for me. I'm like, this dude had my fucking, like, he looked at what I wore, how I did my hair, and he was like, yo, if you like look far, like a half, like maybe, I don't know, 10 feet away, you'd be like, is that Dom? Like, I swear to God, even me, I was like, yo, I kind of tripped out. There was like a twin.
What, did you tell him to stop?
Well, I did. I was like, yo, bro, like, what the fuck you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who the fuck knows what he did, you know? So I kind of got bummed, and I went and told the club because this guy apparently, because I told the club because who knows how many drinks or what he's promising. And I told the guy, and the guy's like, holy fucking shit, you have a twin. I'm like, I don't. And I told him the story and he kicked the guy out. But I don't know what happened to that dude. But then moving forward, I never knew how famous I was. And this is the scary part of it. I remember going on the road with Anthrax. I did a segment with them where I was going to be a roadie again for all time's sake. And then, so I'm on the road with them and we play the first show in Minnesota.
So you thought you were just a man about town in New York. You didn't know that it was going to matter everywhere else.
Well, there's two. Well, I'm going to tell you these 2 stories, and it's pretty fucking funny. So this we have time, right, to tell these stories?
Yeah,
we got all the time in the world.
We got another good hour here.
Good. So here's the story. So I don't want to bore the listeners with my fucking bullshit, but there is a point.
They're strapped up. They're ready to go.
There is a point to the story if you fucking listen.
Just
okay.
Pay attention, you little fucks.
Exactly. So with age comes wisdom. Remember that.
We will fuck you up.
Exactly, and fuck your sisters and your mothers. There you go.
Shit on your baby.
That's
newborn.
right. So check it out. So now I'm on the road, and then it was Anthrax, White Zombie, and Quicksand. So I go out and I watch Quicksand, and I'm in this big place in Minnesota. I forgot the name of the fucking venue in Minneapolis. And it's like, it's like 12,000, 13,000 people. I'm in the fucking crowd watching Quicksand. And then the lights go on, right? And as soon as the lights go on, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I start walking and people are just like, yo, Dom, MTV, oh. And I start getting swarmed signing autographs. It was cool. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm really famous because I'm signing autographs. But now I'm getting scared because now I'm getting like, I'm not kidding around. I'm getting like swarmed by like, I'm talking like 10,000 people. Like, there's like people, I can't, I'm like, everybody on top of me, girls grabbing my hair, grabbing my shirt. I'm like, what the fuck? And like, I see this guy, Troy, work for Anthrax. I'm just like, fucking, I'm mouthing out, help, help. He comes and he grabs me and girls are like pulling my hair and this and that. I'm like, holy shit. It's like, it's
like
happened.
more famous than the band almost because you have more TV time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm very personable. And it was really, really trippy. And then the other story I have that's pretty fucked up. Back then, when I first got the job, like the first year, I was so psyched. I started getting fan mail. You know what the crazy thing is? We have to do another episode because I have a box of all the. I have one box left.
Oh my God.
Of all the fan mail. Like I had like probably 10 boxes. I have one box left. I lost it over the years, but I still have the original ones I got the first year. So I used to take the time and I used to write everybody back.
Are we talking like hundreds a month or?
I would probably get close to, I'd probably get 150, 200 a month. So I would write everybody back. I would always write them back because it's fucking cool.
Well,
you know
that
what
was
I mean?
polite society back then. When you think about it now, like ain't nobody writing back to somebody once they're famous.
But even like Ricky back in the day, he didn't write back. He just like signed a picture and sent it to them. That's it. I wrote them back. And I remember this one chick from Lawrence, Kansas. I forgot her fucking name. She would write me every fucking week, you know, like, and I would answer her back, blah, blah, blah. And then one day she said, oh my God, I want to come to Brooklyn, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, hey, if you're in Brooklyn, yeah, look me up. You can come visit me and stay with me, like not thinking anything. And at the time I had a girlfriend. And I remember, you know, weeks later, somebody's ringing my buzzer. It's like a Friday or a Thursday or Friday. And somebody's ringing my buzzer from downstairs. I'm like, who is it? Nobody's answering. And then like 10, 15 minutes goes by, and then there's like a knock on my door upstairs. So I'm like, what the fuck? I open the door, and it's this fucking chubby chick with a fucking suitcase. And it was straight out of a movie, and she's just sitting there. I'm like, yeah. She's like, it's you. I'm like, okay, what's it? Like, yeah. And she goes, I can't believe it's you. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And she's like, I forgot her name. I don't remember her name, but she's like, I'm so-and-so from Lawrence, Kansas. Remember you said if I ever came into town, I can look you up and stay with you. I'm like, I wasn't serious. Are you fucking kidding me? And I'm thinking, holy shit, my girlfriend's gonna come over. She's gonna see me with this fucking chick, you know? So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? She goes, I came to stay with you. I took a bus here from fucking Kansas. It was like a 3-day bus ride. So I let her in. I'm talking to her because she's freaking out. My girlfriend.
Was she psychotic, or was this just like kind of normal behavior?
Starstruck.
At the time?
It was like, you know, she was starstruck. She was really, really starstruck, and you know, she was a sweet girl. And I remember my girlfriend coming back. My girlfriend is losing her shit. Like, who the fuck is this bitch? I'm like, yo, like, can you chill? This is like my job. You know what I mean?
Did your girlfriend have a hard time comprehending you being famous as well?
Yeah, she really did. She did. At first, she didn't, because the first 6 months I didn't tell her what I did. But then she did at the time, because she would get jealous.
You didn't tell her that you were on TV every day?
No, I didn't. I kind of hid it for the first 6 months, because, you know, before I got my girlfriend, a lot of the girls, I mean, who cares at the time? They were like, oh, fuck, you're famous. Let me fuck you. You know, so I didn't know if you like me for me or you like me for MTV. You know what I mean? So it was like I played it off like that. And then, you know, she was cool, but then like she got banned from MTV because I remember this one chick that used to do my makeup, Jody. She was really cute, and she used to get really, really close to me. And to put the makeup on, because you go on camera, you put like, you know, concealer on, all this shit.
I love that.
And
you go around looking pretty as fuck the rest of the day.
Oh my God, totally. Well, back then you get a little cakey, but I remember one day she fucking said, hey, she grabbed Jody's hand. She goes, you're getting too close. And Jody's like, Jody's older. She's like, excuse me. And then she walked out. And then like later on, my producer, Nancy, comes. She goes, yeah, your girlfriend's not allowed here anymore because of that. I'm like, cool. I'm happy with that shit.
Right.
So, you know, she didn't have it. But then eventually I told the girl, listen, you could stay here the night, but tomorrow morning I got to buy you got to, you know, peace out. And it was fine, and that was that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, it's crazy because it's like everybody's a lot more intimately familiar with the idea of fame now, because everybody's like got Instagram, and it's like if you've got 100,000 followers and then you got 1 million, you're like, well, I guess I'm 10 times more famous now, and you know.
But you really, honestly,
but are you really? Yeah, that's what. And you never know if it. Sometimes it feels real, sometimes it doesn't.
Dude, I've met, like, in the last 6-7 years, I've met girls that have like literally 500,000, million followers, and it's like you live in a 1-bedroom apartment in fucking Reseda.
And you can go out in public with them, and they never get recognized because they don't look like their pictures at all.
Of course not. That goes without saying. But like, really, are you really famous because you got a bunch of fucking horny old men that want to see you in your bikinis and your ass and jerk off? Like, is that really fame?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fame when you can walk down the street and a 6-year-old knows who you are, a 16-year-old, and a 60-year-old. That's what fame is.
Then you're like Oprah or something.
But you're famous though. But then like you're making money at your craft, not doing fit tea fucking ads. You know what I mean? And no offense to all you girls that are like making your money, please, by all means, get that money from the suckers that'll pay for that shit.
It's just maybe lose the attitude at a certain point. You know, like that is kind of what it is sometimes. Like my girl, honestly, she's very nice and like friendly, easy to get along with, and people are constantly astounded because they're so used to any girl with a lot of followers being a fucking cunt.
There was a lot of girls that I met. There was one girl who I saw who, I'm not going to mention her name, but I remember.
Name and shame.
I want to, but I can't. Put it this way. Well,
No, don't do it. We're very pro woman.
Yeah,
on the show,
you know what? She was a huge Instagram model, like 3.8 million followers. And I remember meeting her, and I'm like, and she was like being really snooty with me at this club a couple years ago, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And I look at her, I go, I was like, you better get a filter that walks around with you to cover your face, because, you know what I mean? It was like, who the fuck you think you are? Like, chill. Like, it was just like bad trip. You know?
It's such a weird little game that they're playing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's all because of fucking the Kardashians, so whatever.
Yeah, they really set the standard, huh?
Oh my God.
God bless their hearts.
Yep.
I love them.
Who thought like the biggest perk, the most fucking important person in the world, the most famous person in the world is somebody that got railed by Ray J and was a porn star.
Ray J right over here. He should be here right now. He should be co-hosting.
Oh, dude, Ray J was the best.
You see him? You talk to him when you see him around town? You cool with him or no?
I've talked to him once or twice back in the day. I mean, I used to fucking hang out with Kim when she was Paris's little fucking gopher girl.
Right.
When she looked like Jafar or from fucking, you know. But
so Kim K was ugly then? You don't feel the need to, like, you know, in polite Hollywood society, you're not allowed to say Kim K's ugly. You're supposed to say, no, Kim K's great. She was a good friend at the time.
I'm telling you right now, okay, with money, you took Bruce Jenner and you made him like a decent looking old lady that you probably want to bang if you were drunk. So with money,
well, I don't know about that. Okay,
a couple of drinks, but I'm just saying, you know,
that's a lot.
I'm just saying. You know, with money, you can make yourself look, you know, fuck, if I had the money, I'd be looking like Brad Pitt. I'd have a fucking chiseled fucking chest, a fucking, you know what I mean? But so it's like, there's natural beauty and there's beauty that you can buy. You know what I mean? I appreciate a natural beauty.
Right.
But, you know, the chicks that are getting the fake ass implants, if you have a real nice ass, great, God bless you. You know, God gave you that. But when you're getting all these fake implants to look like, you know, a porn star that got fame, it's like, really?
You don't believe in that in the long term?
No, because here's the thing. I seen it happen before in the 90s when the skinny was in, when Kate Moss was in. Every girl wanted to be skinniest chick ever. And eventually that trend dies. You know what I mean?
But that's easier to rebound from. Like if you
skinny is.
Yeah, like you can just gain some weight.
Exactly. But when you're getting all these like implants, getting your ass all fat, and you know what? And building up your ass. You know what? Girls don't realize it now that, you know, I remember this chick, I forgot her name, but she was like a fitness model. But this is like 10, 12 years ago, before the Kardashian craze happened. She had a big fat ass, like a J-Lo ass. She's 39, maybe 40 now.
Right.
And she doesn't work out. She's not as young as she used to be. Her ass is just droopy, cottage. It looks disgusting. Like you wouldn't even look at it on your fucking worst day.
Okay.
So there's a lot of upkeep to that. You know what I mean? When you're 21, 22, 23, shit, when I was 30, I had a fucking washboard ab. I don't have that now. It's hard to upkeep.
Well,
you know?
Probably could have you and I could both be in a lot. If we lost 20, 30 pounds, we'd be looking great, right?
More like 20. Come on, 30. You don't need 30 pounds. I don't need 30 pounds.
If I lost 30 pounds, I'd look like a fucking model or something.
No,
probably.
If you lost 30
weird.
pounds, you look like a fucking concentration camp victim. You know what I mean? You would be fucking rail thin. You look.
I always liked
Ethiopian.
Camp as a kid. So
well, there it is. Then you know. You
I just got church camp.
There you go. Well, you go on a liquid diet.
Probably different than concentration camp.
Yeah, it's all
I do think concentrating is a very important thing.
No, it's wrong concentration.
This is really kind of played out for me to just sort of dissect the word there, huh? Oh, Jesus Christ. Where are we now? Okay, so what were we just talking about before? What even was the tangent that we just went on?
We talked about Instagram models and how the Kardashians were the epitome of it.
But so what's your relationship status right now?
I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend for how long?
Going on almost 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're a loyal boyfriend?
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because when you know, I've always been a loyal boyfriend. I never cheated.
Really?
Ever in my life. I've gotten cheated on, you know, numerous times, but I feel like, you know, I see friends that cheated and that cheat still, and I think it takes a lot more work to cheat than it does not to cheat.
Right.
You know, you constantly have to like tell a lie or tell a story to cover up another story. And eventually, if you get a smart girl, 6 months, 3 months down the road, you're going to slip. And it takes a lot more energy.
Yeah, it does. It's like a whole...
Be single.
It's like building a criminal enterprise. It's like selling coke on the side, you know?
Pretty
much. If you want to just like be... Like, it's one thing, you go to the bar, you get some head after the bar, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. You're on tour, that kind of thing. It's a whole nother thing when you're like maintaining relationships and everything. It's like you've got all these different drug dealers that you have to work with.
Yeah, no, it's hard. So, you know, I got an awesome girlfriend. You know, she's she's definitely she's smart, way smarter than me.
Yeah.
Which is fucking, I don't know why she's with me, but yeah. So it's
Smarter than you in what ways?
Like book smart, fucking just smart.
Okay, so what is your gift, if anything? We haven't even gotten into like what you're known for in like the past 20 years, but what would you identify as being the things that you're good at that makes you talented at?
You know what's my gift is also in a lot of ways. What my gift is also my curse, and that is I keep it real. And that's why I'm either the most loved person in the industry or I'm the most hated person in the industry. There's so many people in the industry now that used to be my friends, and I've helped out so much that totally blew me off. They're in a better place right now, and they don't show love to me or the shop. I don't even care about me, but to the shop. And I look at them and they're so like, oh, dude, yeah, I gotta come by. And it's like, dude, I don't give a. It's been like you've been coming by for 10 years. Like, give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? So it kind of like really it upsets me, and it doesn't even. Before it upset me and it pissed me off. And Dom from 15, 20 years ago would just fucking punch you in your face and lay you out. But it's beyond that now. Now I'm just like hurt that I'm like, fuck, man, like I got played. It's more like the getting played thing, and I don't like that shit.
But what do you mean by getting played? Because like in a lot of ways, you're in Hollywood, you're running a store, you have all these brands that you have to work with. That's just the nature of the beast, is that you have to have all these different people you work with, and that some percentage of them, just like your friendships dissipate over time, your business relationships are going to fall apart over time too, right?
Well, it's not my business relationships. It's like this. Here's one of my famous tiffs or my shit talking fucking things, whatever you want to call it.
Hold on one sec.
There's like this thing that I just want to like clear the air here also, because there's things get what's the word I'm looking for? It's a game of telephone. You know what I mean? I want them to hear people here first, because I know like a lot of your fans are skaters,
right,
and they're part of the culture and whatnot. There's just like this thing going on where, and let me say this, I respect this person. I think this person is, one of the greatest skateboarders alive. But with that said, there is this thing going on between me. And this is an example about who doesn't pay it forward. There's this thing going on between me and like, it's not going on. It's not ongoing at all. It just happened and it was done. But like Jason Dill, I really do appreciate the dude, and the dude used to like hang out in this shop in this fucking room right here. And, he's, I have a board hanging up on my store, like, Dom, thanks for being, Brooklyn House and Dom, thanks for being here for me 365 days out of the year. And, I helped him out a lot, not even help him out, like help his career, but I gave him a place to hang out and, helped him out with whatever he needed, and was a friend to him. Even when he moved to Manhattan, I was still a friend with him. When he was going through his drug thing, I was a friend with him. And then, he would come by the shop now when he was all supremed out and stuff, and, we would hang out and he would watch videos at my store and just pass by and like, hey, Dom, what's going on? I'm like, I love Dill. Dill's best. He's one of the greatest skateboarders alive. And then it all went south when one day, I used to like, fuck, man. I remember going to Kmart and buying jeans, Rustler jeans, and they were putting fucking awesome tags in it and selling Rustler jeans as fucking awesome jeans. But it was genius. This is when fucking awesome was Mike Piscatelli and Rick Rodney and Jason Dillon.
So you were one of their first vendors?
No, they didn't sell to me. They were they were just doing it on their own, selling it to like, I don't know who, but it was cool. And, they gave me stuff to wear and I loved it. And I loved the brand. And it was backed by Rick Klotz from Fresh Jive. And then it just went away. And then eventually I heard it was coming back. Dill was going to do it again. And I just asked, because, you're my friend and, we're boys apparently. And I just said, hey, man, I said, I would love to get some fucking awesome in here. Mm-hmm. And then he said, oh, come on, man. You know the rules. I'm like, I know the rules. What rules? And he's like, oh, I'm all preemed out. I'm like, what the fuck, so? Big deal. You can't, like, he's like, no, come on. Like, and he made me feel like a dick for even asking when he could have said, you know what, dude, let me figure something out. But if you want stuff for yourself, I'll give you some stuff. But he was a dick about it. And I'm like, you know what, man, get the fuck out of here. Don't walk in front of my store because those are your rules. These are my rules. And at the end of the day, James Jebbia don't give a fuck who you sell to. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, he don't care. He don't care about your little brand selling Supreme. He don't give a fuck. I know James. He's a fucking great, cool dude. And, you know, and then it went all south. And then, like, you know, he started fucking awesome in hockey. And, you know, he wouldn't sell a shop that helped him out. You know what I mean? And it's like stuff like that. Like, is it really going to hurt you to sell, you know, a couple of boards? Not that I need it, but it sucks because, like, you know, one of the kids on his team, I want to support Nakel Smith used to ride for Brooklyn Projects through his dad, who was my ex-partner's cousin. And, you know, Nakel used to hang out when he's 10, 12, 11, 13, 14 years old, hang out with me, hang out at the shop all the time. And, you know what I mean? So it's like, I want to support Nakel, and, you know, and it's like, I can't even support Nakel and buy his board and give him the fucking $2-3 fucking royalty. Same thing with Sage. Sage used to be a little kid with fucking braids. He used to fucking hang out. His dad used to drop him off and hang out at Brooklyn Projects. And, you know, I would love to support these kids, but I can't because of Jason. And that's the fucking sad thing. If it's skateboarding, if you're a skateboarder, then you should want to give it to everybody that wants to support you. But, you know, you rather sell to like a Dover Street Market, which is like next to Gucci and Prada. I'm like, really? So that kind of like burns me a little bit, because it's just like, I've never been that way. And I've been around some of the most, you know, influential people, rich people, poor people, famous people. And I've always treated them the same, and they always treated me the same. You know what I mean? If Metallica treats me to this day like gold and gives me a laminate, how the fuck can't you fucking sell your fucking measly boards at my shop? Right. You know what I mean? And that's what bums me out.
You think he has or had any kind of like personal issue with you? Or do you think that he just literally was like...
No.
Do you think that there's sort of like a stigma that maybe, at least amongst who he was hanging out with, the Brooklyn Projects wasn't cool, and that's what bothered you?
Yeah. I mean, no, that the fact, I don't care if anybody thinks Brooklyn Projects is cool.
Right.
I've been here for 25 fucking years. You know what I mean? I don't, being cool doesn't pay the bills. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, is James Jebbia cool? He's a great guy. He's a businessman, but, you know, not somebody you want to do a fucking line of coke with or smoke a joint with or go, you know what I mean? It's like, he's a businessman, but he created a brand because he aligned himself with the right people. And, you know, it's nothing that I did. I mean, we were friends up until that point, till he told me about the preem rules, like the rules. And it's like, dude, it's skateboarding. There's
so you
no
don't think
that
he had like Supreme telling him that he had to act a certain way and that he had people getting in his ear? Or?
No, because you know, at the end of the day, you could tell somebody, hey, listen, it's Dom.
Right.
It's me. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm some new shop just opened up. Hey, I was here before Supreme. I'll be here after Supreme. Right. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, it's just like you could have done it. Fuck it. You could have just gave me stuff for me to wear, because I am a fan of the brand. But it bums me out that I can't support, you know, my dude, you know, like a Nakel. You know what I mean? I can't support him. I can't buy a fucking board and put money in his pocket. You know what I mean? That's what hurts me the most. It's not about, you know what, you could fucking hate me, dude, you know, for whatever reason, you know, why, I don't know, but you can, and that's on you. But, you know, I'm just trying to fucking support your brand. I'm not, you know, and if you think Brooklyn Projects isn't cool, then you know what, maybe you should get back on drugs then.
Okay, so we got that all out. Let me ask you this. How do we bridge the gap between you're a TV host and you're this fucking famous motherfucker, man about town, and then, why do I say man about town a lot? I've noticed. I think it might be the third time so far. But then you get into retail? Is that a straight line between that, or do other things have to happen before that happens?
Well, that'll happen because from MTV, you know, I would wear these new quote unquote streetwear brands that was friends and fans of.
Just because you knew about it.
I knew about them, and I knew like Eric Brunetti. I remember Eric from Fucked. I remember.
Did you wear Fucked on MTV at the time?
I did, and
really?
I had to buy it.
You had to buy it
because Eric's like, fuck that shit. That shit's gay. I ain't fucking sending you any shit. Fuck you. Buy the shit.
So was that part of like you being MTV toast at the time? It was like, oh, you're a sellout. MTV's gay, because that was kind of what it was in the 90s.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I had to buy it. I'm like, well, fuck you then. I'm gonna buy it. And then I wore it, and people started like, yo, what is this? And his shit started selling a little bit more. And then, you know, then we became best of friends to this day. Eric Brunetti, you know, I love him, and he has the same attitude as me. He's like, yo, man, fuck you. I started this shit. You're going to pay me the respect I deserve. you know, I don't want nothing from you, but I want the respect, which is free. And I started wearing all this shit, and the next thing you know, all these companies started sending me boxes of shit. Till one point, I couldn't get into my dressing room. It was just boxes of shit. So me and my friend Dave and my friend Joey, we opened up a booth at a swap meet called Caesars Bay Bazaar. And it was a little 5 by 10 foot booth. And we put all this shit in there. We sold it, and it lasted about 8 months. And we made enough money where we opened up a store called Brooklyn House. And that was in 93.
Where at?
In Brooklyn on Avenue U, Marine Park.
Wow.
And then soon after that, it was just like, you know, from there, we had Brooklyn House, and then those guys didn't want to do it no more. So I just did it myself, and I got Glenn as the manager. And I remember telling Glenn, hey, I'm going to LA for a little bit. And I dipped out for 6 to 8 months, opened up a shop out here. So I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Wow.
And then...
the first shop was right here, too. This one?
This is the shop right here.
Jesus Christ. What was the rent at the time?
I think I was paying $2,700.
Pretty fucked up. It hasn't changed that much.
But
It's changed, but not like, you know.
The first year, that was the last year, because I remember, because Mr. Chicha fucking raised it to 26.
And so was there anything else cool around here? What was Melrose when you moved here?
Oh, okay, so Urban Outfitters was the Gap.
And what year are we talking?
We're talking when I opened up here, 95.
95, okay.
Yep. Starbucks was a fat burger? It was a fat burger. Urban Outfitters was a fucking the Gap. The store next door to you was the Rasta shop. It was a hip hop shop. They sold all kinds of bootleg hip hop shit, like.
Oh, that's kind of how I think of us now. Yeah,
we're you know, Wu-Tang T-shirts and all this shit. And then next to
Wu-Wear, hit us up,
dude. They fucking next door to him, there was the classic store, not the classic, official store was this girl named Shirley. She was the Korean market. It was like a Korean, like it was a liquor store, and it was like dirty and dingy. And we always got our beer there, and
hurry up and buy.
It was amazing. Yeah, exactly. But she was so fucking cool. She used to cook for us. Her mom used to work there. It was great. It was awesome. So that's what it was. And then,
but no other like cool fashion brand type stuff. Nothing.
There was skate shops. I
Okay.
opened up, and I had a hard time getting brands because the shop down the block was called Atomic Garage.
Okay.
And it was like the fucking cornucopia of everything cool. You go in there, and it was like fucking 30 times the size of this. It's American Vintage now with the little lightning bolt thing.
Yeah.
They had streetwear, skateboarding, like you couldn't believe, snowboarding shit, like everything you can fucking possibly imagine was in there. It was amazing. I used to love coming there and shop.
And so there were a bunch of cool stores overall, but like,
that and Bleecker Bob's and fucking, you know, Posers still there.
So what do you view as the unique thing that you were bringing to it? And were you always focused on skateboards as well as the apparel?
I was focused on skateboards because I always loved to open up a skate shop, but the apparel was definitely pushing it more.
Right.
And the appeal was the weather and the fact that literally this street, no lie, it's hard to picture it now, but remember when you opened up and there was like so many people on the street you couldn't walk?
Yeah.
That's how it was on a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Wednesday.
Because all there was to do was shop, because there
was
no
Grove.
There
was no Grove. There was no Fairfax.
Oh, so there was no other cool streets either.
This was it. You came here and it was fucking happening.
Amazon too.
No important. Amazon. Nope. It was.
So it was just packed every day. It was just crazy.
Every fucking day it was packed.
Okay.
And the business, I mean, the business was just crazy because at that time there's a lot of great marketing going on, and like the Japanese would come here. Literally, no lie, when I got the brand Alphanumeric, which was like the hot streetwear brand, I remember the Japanese would pull up, and I swear to God, they would pull up a van and they would run in. And I never knew this because I didn't sell snowboards. They would do it a lot with snowboarding shit. And I had my friend Dave work for me. Another Dave, who used to be the manager of Atomic Garage, he's used to that shit. So the Japanese, I was just sitting there, and they would come in and they would grab everything off the rack and throw it on the table. I'm like, what the fuck, Dave? What the fuck are these dudes doing? Like, oh no, dude, they're gonna buy it. I'm like, they're just pulling everything off, like they're robbing the place. They're gonna buy it. They're gonna buy it. And then next thing you know, they're buying $16,000, $17,000 worth of shit, and they're like, oh, more. I'm like, okay. And it was like business.
And they're just bringing it right back and selling it.
Yeah, taking it to Japan and selling it for like triple.
Wow.
It was crazy. Business back then was a lot different.
So how did it slow down? And when, was there a certain point where it slowed down?
It slowed down in '99. It just started. The stores started going out of business, and then like the Grove, was slowly opening up, and skating died.
Right.
It just died, and it wasn't streetwear at the time. Skating dying is what helped streetwear. Like, kind of like,
because now we think of streetwear and skate culture as being like almost completely overlapping, but at that time, like streetwear became completely urban.
Well, back then, like I said, the closest thing to streetwear was Alphanumeric, who
Right.
It was Salam Masakela, it was fucking Ali Asher, it was Omar, it was a lot of dudes that fucking Mirko, it was a lot of dudes that came from the skate, even streetwear industry at the time, working at Zoo York, Fat Farm, DC Shoes, Dub. So they created this brand because there was an opening, and for like 3 years, you couldn't touch it. It lasted all the way to 2000, and then everything just took a shit. And, that's when 2001 came around. Skating was starting to pick up a little bit with circus shoes, because they started doing things right by doing fashion forward looking sneakers, and then they started doing like dope clothing. And eventually that started leading up to streetwear. And then next thing you know, it's 2003, and here we are. It's Crooks, it's 10 Deep, it's the Hundreds,
Right.
it's all these brands, it's Diamond. And it just started blowing up. I mean, dude, it's just like how many brands there were back then. I have pictures of the old shop, and there were so many brands that none of them are around now. It's just crazy. There were so many of them.
Is it weird for you to see all these brands just turning over constantly, or do you just view what lens do you view that through now?
I mean, it's not. I mean, I've always said it, and people thought I was crazy. When Fairfax happened, everybody wanted to go on Fairfax.
When did it happen?
2005.
And so what exactly happens? Just a bunch of people at the same time kind of decided
Well,
to move there?
if you went to Japan around that time, you saw Harajuku, where there was every streetwear Japanese brand, Neighborhood, Double Tap, everything was confined to this one strip, one block, 2 blocks, and it was great. But it got so oversaturated that it just died, because it just became like it just died.
Right.
They were fighting for the same dollar, and it just died. And that's what happened, with Fairfax. I mean, Fairfax happened, because of Supreme, even though the Hundreds were the first one there, actually. And then Sal Barbie had a shop on the corner, which was the Ruka store. But once Supreme opened up, that changed the dynamic of the whole block. And then everybody opened up, and it was basically like the big fishing boat. Everybody's going to open up and get all the spillage and catch, get the crumbs. And, it worked. But eventually it opened the door for whack brands to come there and kind of ruin it. And now it's like,
and that sort of almost make Supreme look a little less cool because they're next to all these brands. That
exactly.
Kind of thing.
And they try to like dictate, who's opening where. They did for a while. And, they're fed up with it. I know, like, they're not happy about it, because it's like it just tarnishes the block, because it realistically, you go to a mall, what is it? A bunch of corny shops and food.
Yeah.
You go there, I mean, the KO store, they opened up a fucking salon, a hair salon, and you got all these food places, which some of them are really, really good, but it's like, it's a mall.
Right.
It's an outdoor, it's the Grove
with
no parking. It's turned into something that, I always said it's going to implode eventually. So now it's La Brea that's starting to pick up again, because back when I had Brooklyn House, La Brea was a spot to go with like Stussy, with Union, with American Rag. It was like that was a place to go.
But now you have this big horseshoe of like La Brea, and then even like Round 2 and stuff is like that connects it. It's like there's this like, because every like block or two, there's a store that's like relevant enough that you think that kids like if you were a kid and was going to do a loop, don't you think you would like probably start off at fucking Cantor's and just loop up there, go along Melrose, and then loop back down La Brea?
Yep, that's how it is though.
That's the mall route now. I think,
it is.
or at least I would assume.
It is the fucking mall route.
And then you could keep going in a circle, and boom, you're at the Grove.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Go see a movie and catch dinner and call it a day.
And then that's where you end your night off. Have
Pretty
a few
much.
glasses of wine. I don't think any of the kids I'm selling stuff to are drinking glasses of wine, but
No, they're stealing fucking probably glasses of wine.
Hitting Home Depot, stealing some saw blades to buy, selling for meth or something. Yeah. But so at a certain point, did you just decide like, this is what I want to do with my life? I want to work in retail. Like after the MTV experience and everything?
No, I worked in the music business for a while. This has always been, and to this day, people don't believe me, but it's the truth. you know, I've always done this as passion project.
Right.
I've never made money from this.
Really? At all?
I made enough to pay my employees, pay some bills, and, you know, have a nice car, and that's it. And I did it for the passion. I've always done it for the passion. Always try to help out, you know, people. And I've always been fortunate to have, like, you know, consulting jobs to pay my bills, or worked at the record company. Every time I've had the store, since I've had the store, I've never really like taken a salary, because I always put it back in the business. And it is strictly just for passion, because I want to keep a legacy going. I want to be there for the community.
And it keeps you relevant, because it's like those kind of consulting
relevant.
jobs and stuff. It's like, are you really going to be getting a lot of those jobs if you don't have this direct connection to the kids? That's what they want from you. They know you're an old guy who knows the game, but you're around the kids.
No shit.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know what I mean? But now it's like, now I'm more
like
focused.
A spy.
That's what it is.
For them.
It's like, why pay somebody, you know, $100,000 when I could pay down like $20,000 a fucking month, and, you know, we could fucking
$20,000 a month. That's what I should be asking for consulting work?
I've gotten, well, not no more. It's changed, but fucking 6-7 years ago, well, no, about 10 years ago, it wasn't unheard of to get 10, 15, 20 grand from a company like, hey, we want to fucking, you know.
What kind of company, though? Like a record label like that just wants consulting help?
Like a, you know, a headphone company, or an energy drink company, or, you know, this is when Extreme was fucking, before we
I think
out.
An energy drink company should pay me $20,000 a month to tell them what the fuck is up.
You know
I
what,
personally think that's fair.
But here's the problem. What's happening? You're worth it. You're right. But here's the thing. No, it is, because what you know and what you see is definitely worth it. You know,
well, they could fire everybody else they got working for them and just ask me, and I think they'll be all right.
But they won't. And what the problem is now is, like, DJing. You could be the dopest DJ, but then, okay, well, I can get this kid who can use Serato for $300. So I'm going to pay you $3,000. Yeah,
Same problem in porn.
Or in porn. My friend used to be one of my good friends, Jules Jordan. You know what I mean? I mean, he's going through it because, like, the internet's fucking eating his shit up. But
do you see it in that way in some ways, like that you're just like a music label where, you know, album sales have been destroyed and
100%.
the retail biz has been destroyed by Amazon and stuff?
100%. But
see, I haven't been in the game long enough to actually care.
But here's the thing, though. And it's, again, it's what I said. What's going to happen is what's happening now with the internet music. People now, not a lot, it's starting. People now are starting to want to buy vinyl and cassettes. You know what I mean? So they want the experience. Eventually, if you can weather the storm and you can have an experience like coming here, or fucking going to Brooklyn Products, hitting the ramp, or just hanging out and seeing the people and, like, actually smelling the stuff, I think kids in the next 2-3 years are going to be tired of sitting in their fucking rooms talking shit on fucking, you know, on chat rooms and doing Snapchat and all from their room and sitting on Twitter and Instagram. And they're going to want to go out and experience stuff. And I think that's going to be the new trend, because, yeah, you know what? I shop on Amazon all the time. But sometimes, you know, to this day, you know, I bought my new TV. I could have bought it at Amazon. I could have saved $137, free delivery. But you know what, though? I went to Best Buy and I wanted to see the fucking shit. I wanted to look at it and okay, you know what? And I bought one and I carried it and I fucking installed it myself.
Best Buy too, because... But that's, you know, we got some money, so we feel comfortable being like, okay, let's pay an extra $100 for this experience to be able to see every TV close up.
Right, but we're coming from a generation where it's like
a little bit more value in that experience.
Yeah, I want to take it home now. I don't want, even, like, you know, it's like when I go to Nordstrom's and I see a pair of shorts I like. Oh, we don't have it in your size here, but we can order it right now and you'll have it tomorrow. I'm like, no. Even though I'll get it tomorrow, I wouldn't want it. I want it now. I want it now. And
see, I think that you're right, that there's definitely a certain segment of consumers that wants like a sort of experience-based retail experience that they're clearly probably not going to get from a mall. The thing is, I think Los Angeles, you know, it's perfectly poised to be that, because very affluent. A lot of these kids have money. There's just a huge population in general. The question is, like, how do you pull off that kind of business in a city that's not LA or New York? Because that, I think, is the problem that a lot of these kids deal with, is that they want to be able to be in this kind of game, but they know realistically that they're not going to be able to do it out here. There's too much competition, and that in Columbus, Ohio, is there a big enough population?
I think you can. Look, if you're a kid, and I'm putting this advice out. You know, I started this fucking business literally with, you know, 2 credit cards, you know, a couple $1,000s, and the rent out here is a lot more. Even in Brooklyn, when we started, the rent was fucking high. I looked at the old lease back in like 1993. We were paying $1,300 a month for a 300 square foot store, basically
lean in to do that. That was cool.
But I think kids should chase their dream. And you know what? If they are in like bumfuck Virginia or whatever, I think the rent is cheap enough. And now brands are like desperate enough that you can open up a store because there is a scene and kids want somewhere to hang out. Even if it's just a bullshit. And let's just say 75% of them will still order stuff online. They're going to come there and buy something from you. They're going to come support your shop, where the other kid that maybe is not so internet savvy or maybe want to buy something because they want it now, or the parents. Parents don't want to go on the internet. You know, grandparents, uncles, aunts, they'd rather come in and, you know, buy a skateboard. I mean, especially a skateboard where you have to put it together. I mean, it's like people come into my store, and I used to like just put together the boards for free for them when they buy it like at like a online company. But then after a while, I'm like, yo, man, like you should come to me and buy it because, you know, why are you buying it from them? And it doesn't even come complete. You know, I'm going to charge you. I started charging $20 because, you know, it's my time. I used to do it for free, but now it's like you're taking my time, my employee's time. Well, you're going to pay for it, you know? So I think if a kid should do it in his town because you're creating a scene. You know what I mean? It's all about creating a scene. It's about you opening a store. It's not about making the money. It's about creating a scene, and the money will come.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, I created a scene here. You know, when you look at pictures of old Brooklyn house that we post up, see who's hanging out there. It's like, you know, Guy Mariano, Eric Costin, rest in peace, Kenan Milton, Kareem Campbell, Tim Gavin, Joey Suriel, I mean, you know, Tony Ferguson, fucking Mike Carroll, like they all, Jason Dill, Sal Barbier, it's like they all hung out there. Keith Huffnagel. It was a scene. You know, Chad Muska, my best friends, Braden Safransky. It was all a place to gather. And then for me, being connected in the Hollywood scene, we'd all go out. I mean, I would get all these dudes, 10 dudes deep, 15 dudes deep, into the hottest clubs. Like back then, 15, 16 years ago, it was a velvet rope. You couldn't get in. They don't give a fuck who, what. There was no bottle service.
And
you
they
need
didn't
to
think
know
it was
somebody.
cute that you had holes in your jeans.
Nope. And you're a dirty skaters when you're hanging out with like fucking, you know, Britney Spears or this one, that one. And it's like, you know, Brad Pitt and fucking Angelina Jolie and all these people, like you're rubbing elbows with them. It's like, who are these fucking dirty skater kids? And it was like, that's what we did. We created a scene. And so if kids are listening out there, you know, I think you should do it. You know, you shouldn't just focus on doing some bullshit brand you're going to put on the internet and sell t-shirts online. You're going to be one of a million. You know what? Find a little fucking store, get some of your friends, get 2 or 3 partners. You put in $2,000 each. You bust your ass. You get some fucking wood and everything. You fucking make the store look nice. Yeah. Anywhere outside of New York and LA, the rents are cheap.
Yeah.
And you fucking open up a store and you give somebody a scene to hang out at, and the scene eventually will
a lot of kids miss
itself.
out on the retail thing. They think that the retail thing is what's going to be, you know, at the end of the rainbow. They'll have enough money to open the retail store thing. But like, really, as a brand, if you want to get popping, it's like, what better way is there besides just doing things that contribute to the local scene, the culture, you know, turning people onto it in general. And if you come to New York or LA and try to stand out, it's almost impossible. If you're in your small little bubble and you can make the people in your area think you're cool, like eventually people in LA, New York, tastemaker type people, they want to see cool movements coming from other places. You know?
Thank you. I mean, look at Palace. Palace has been around for so many years, and it's
such a good example. Yeah.
It's a decent. I mean, their designs aren't groundbreaking. They're kind of like passe at this point. But you know what? They did it right. They started this thing. They created a scene. They got down with Supreme, and then they fucked Supreme by opening a store down the block for Supreme, which I love. Kudos to them. And they created this company, this want, but because of the scene that who was wearing it. It's not about getting a brand and giving it to the hot rapper right now, because you know what? What's going to happen is a lot of rappers today are not going to be around 3 or 4 years from now, and then when you look back and you go, holy shit, like that's what your brand was attached to. You know, it's like. That doesn't make your brand, you know, doesn't give your brand longevity if that's what you want to do. If you want to start a brand and fucking here you go. I mean, look at Diamond. I mean, Diamond. I love Nick, and you know what? It's fallen off because business has fallen off. But you know, he made his billions. You know what I mean? By attaching himself to the new rappers, the Rick Rosses, the Wiz Khalifas. Every rapper was wearing it. But then when that shit got so blown out, and now rappers are way smarter now. They're like, well, fuck, you want me to wear your stuff? Either pay me or, I can make my own fucking brand and make the money. Look at fucking YG.
Everybody's got a t-shirt brand. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, if you see a rapper wearing something, and they authentically seem into it, almost certainly it's a relationship thing. And maybe sometimes a transactional thing too, but yeah, it's just because that shit's almost impossible to pull off in terms of like there are so many real relationships out there that when you see Uzi or whoever wearing V-Lone and you know that it's authentic, like kids have seen that so many times that it's so easy for them to spot when it's a fake brand getting in the mix. Of
course. And you know, it does kind of suck because kids do miss out on the point that, you know, I'm not taking away from anybody from anything or any brands they're doing, but you know, to make a successful brand 15 years ago, it was about hustling and marketing and getting it out there. Nowadays, if you could just get in the right place at the right time and have a friend that's a rapper, here you go. I started a brand. Okay, next thing you know, you're fucking at the GQ Awards because you associated yourself with a rapper. That's not really, it's given to you. It's like when, you know, daddy's rich and he gives you a fucking job at his company. Oh, wow, look, I'm the fucking CEO. No, you were handed it. You know what I mean? You didn't
But a
really
lot of times
work.
the kids watching they can't make sense of that. They don't know that that's...
No, you wouldn't know that unless you're on the inside. But that's why I'm hopefully, you know, one thing they can take from this is you know, is start a scene in your neighborhood and eventually, you know, open up a shop and give somebody a place to go and hang out and interact and intermingle with other people, and eventually your brand will blow up in your neighborhood, and eventually that will spread out. It'll spread like a cancer, and it'll fucking just, you know, next thing you know, I'll be calling you going, yo, can I get your brand in Brooklyn Projects? And then you can cool guy me and say, nah, you know, we're gonna sell online and sell to
Pre-rules.
Yeah, pre-rules.
But so that's like what do you credit the longevity of Brooklyn Projects in a sense? Because you guys are still kind of probably the main default spot if somebody around here wants to go get a board, get some new trucks, whatever. Like, is it because you guys are so like firmly rooted in skateboarding that it doesn't seem fake to people?
I think that has a big part to do with it. Everybody that works there and hangs out there's no cool guy attitude. That shit can fucking...
You talk about the cool guy attitude a lot in other interviews that I was checking out earlier too.
Because there's so many people.
The disease, right?
So many people I know that, you know, the cool guy attitude is pretty funny because when you look at it, it's like the people who are cool guys, they were all nerds at one point, or they still are. Like individually, when you look at them, like, okay, me and you, or anybody in this room for that matter, okay, I could look at anyone in this room and go, okay, you know what? He would hang out with her. She would hang out with him. You know, everybody would hang out outside of this scene, quote unquote. They would still be friends that still have something in common. But when you look at the cool guy, you know, effect, it's like two people that if it wasn't for a certain store, they would not be friends in a million fucking years. But because, well, you're hanging out at the spot, so I'm gonna be your boy now. And it's like, no. And then they create this whole facade that they're cool. But they're not, because I know a lot of them and like, yo, you're all a bunch of cornballs, and I get it. It's strength in numbers, but it's all a facade. And when you look at them individually, like, yo, you wouldn't, because some of the people that hang out, they're cool guys now in the cool guy cliques, they've been around each other, but they never cared to hang out with each other up until a certain point where it's like, oh, you're at that crew? Oh, I'm part of that crew too. Let's hang out. But you knew each other for so many years, but you didn't give a fuck. But because a shop opened up that you were hanging out at, oh, now it's okay to fucking, you know, associate with each other now and be like best friends. It's like, that's so fucking corny, because if I don't like you, I don't care how like good it would be for me to be friends with you. I'm just not going to be fucking friends with you. I'm not going to hang out with you. I could give a fuck.
Yeah.
I really could. I mean, that's my downfall, is like, you know, I don't give a fuck. And yeah, I could be friends. And if I played the role and kissed ass and fucking really, 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 you know, pushed the envelope and been everybody's best friend and dick ride every brand, I would be rich and famous too. I mean, look at, like, you know, there's so many fucking people that I can name that do that. And, you know, they faked it till they maked it. And, you know, it's like, and now they cool guy me when they see me. And it's like, I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day...
It's weird because to me, at the end of the day, we're older. So we look at like what would make somebody cool. is a lot different than what you see projected from like a 19-year-old kid who the barometer that he's cool based on is that he's, you know, got like the cool look. He's fucking, you know, he's all fucked up on drugs and stuff. All this shit that these kids think makes them cool. Once you know, start to get into your 30s and stuff, it's like, okay, what's cool? Success. Money definitely is part of it. You know, like how much contentment or your overall attitude, like how enjoyable you are to be around. You know, you meet somebody and you can tell, like, you know, what they have going on, like what kind of person they are. And I think as you get older, you get wiser and you start to be concerned with things like, you know, oh, that guy's, he's a really smart guy. So I like that guy. I want to be around that guy. Not, you know, he's popular.
Well, that's how it is with me. It's like, you know, it's like, and that's again, like a lot of people who are influential now or famous now. I've met them, I know them, but I don't have anything in common with them, nor do I want to hang out with them. And it would benefit my business. I just don't. I mean, there's so many people that I used to be really tight with, like you know, like Ben Baller. I've known Ben Baller for fucking, you know, 25 fucking years, but dude, you know, like we used to be friends, but he won't fucking pick up a finger to help me, but whatever, I could give a fuck. But my point is, you know, like, you know, you live and die by yourself. And you know what? I can go to sleep at night thinking and knowing that at least the people I'm friends with. The people that, you know, I don't need to be. I could care less.
What do you want to do before you die?
What do I want to do before I die? I want to make, you know, I guess I want to put Brooklyn Projects in a place like a legacy. Because I said this to my employees, and like when I die, I want the store to be there and pass on along the name to, I don't have kids.
No plans to?
No. I think I'm just like a little bit past the time where, you know, I don't want to be an old dad. And
yeah, that would be weird to be like 70 and they like are going to college or something.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's like it takes, you know, I mean, my time came and went to have kids. But, you know, I call like the kids at my store my kids because, you know, they were there when they're 15, 16, 17. And, you know, it's like now I'm like helping out a group of friends, a group of friends' kids who are 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to start a brand and I'm helping them. And I've seen them growing up in front of my eyes from when they were 12. Now they're 15, 16. And, you know, I want to help them, you know, basically carry the torch.
Right.
And, but before I die, I mean, I've had such a cherished life that there really isn't much I want to do.
Right.
I mean, I've seen the world, I've done it all. I guess it's like, I just want to like, you know, relax now and not be so stressed out and like stressed about the business. But I think now is the time to worry about that stuff more now than I ever have, because the times are so different now. And it's like, I have to rebrand myself, because the kid that's 22, 23, 24, 25 to 35, 40, whatever, they know Brooklyn Projects. But the 16, 17, 18-year-olds, they don't know Brooklyn Projects, because when it started, they weren't even born yet.
Right.
So it's like trying to educate the youth, because, you know, I'm not trying to force it down their throat, but, you know, I think the biggest service that people like me and you can do is educate the younger ones. Like when I was growing up and, you know, I hung around gangs and, you know, mobsters and, you know.
Yeah, I've heard that about you. You got some street connects.
I have some street connects, and, you know, I always loved hanging out with these people.
Okay.
Because the elders would teach you how to do the, you know, they were badasses and they ran shit.
Right.
They were bosses. I want to be like a boss. I didn't want to be like, you know, how they do it. They would fucking run shit, and they would teach you little things. And it wasn't like learning from your mom or dad. I'm not saying that. That's different.
Real shit.
Yeah. You know,
stuff your dad can't tell you.
Exactly.
He might want it, but he can't.
Right. So I want to be able to, like, you know, guys like us, that's what I want kids to like learn. Like, hey, you know, you could do this, you could do that, but also like, you know, learn a little about the history. Like learn, like, you know, take the time. Like if you're going to support a brand, okay, where do the roots come from? Like what's their deal? Like, you know, or like, you know, don't support something because your friends are wearing it. I mean, yeah, you can be a part of it, but go out and explore it. Like find your own style. Find, you know, I love kids that come in with their own steez. It just like, oh my, wow, you got your shit together, you know, or know, like the shirt I'm wearing, like some of these kids didn't even know who the fuck Charles Manson was. I'm like,
Those are his eyes, huh?
yeah. I'm like, you don't know who Charles Manson is? And I'm like, they're like, no. And they're like, they're 18, 19, 20. I'm like, How the fuck do you not know who Charles Manson is?
Yeah, but you've been doing that for a long time. I remember the first time I was probably 27 and I had a conversation with a girl that I was out for drinks with and she had never seen Seinfeld. And I'm like, all right.
It's crazy though.
Oh, wait,
Because,
her too. She just said it with me the other day. Yeah. I forgot that this keeps happening to me.
well, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing.
Newman.
Here's the thing. See, for us, I think kids now, the newer generation, the ones that are really in it, they know, like right now, 90s are big. And they know.
But do you think any of them have ever listened to Nirvana?
Oh.
Sometimes
Dude,
I wonder.
if every kid that, if every kid I see wearing a Metallica shirt, I get, it's like, come on, bro.
That's what's funny when you see them.
Yo, listen, no offense. No offense.
Yo,
I get it. It's like,
I don't think he'd like Slayer that much if he listened to it. So the T-shirt might be the thing that he is going to like.
But let me
best.
tell you something. Back in the day, today they call it too, but back then you would be a poser. And
No, he still
regardless,
is. He still
regardless
is.
if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, if you wore
Jamaican.
a shirt and you weren't down with Slayer, like literally,
yeah.
you would get the shit kicked
in the
out
90s.
of you.
Oh yeah.
You would get the shit kicked out of you.
3 songs.
You know what I mean? So.
You know, I had I went out with like my cousins to like a theme park when I was probably in 6th grade, and they were like subculture. They had their friends with them. They were subculture kids. Like they knew about rock bands and stuff, and I was like 4th, 5th grade. I'm like just starting to like get into bands and stuff.
Just starting to get tattoos.
And I wish. And then I'm like, they're like, you like Rage? And I'm like, yeah, I like Rage. Name 5 songs. So I really got 5 songs. Like that really happened to me. And I think I'm a better person for it because you should be equipped with that. And you need to go get Rain and Blood and at least try it out. Okay.
You know what thing is? Listen,
got Apple Music, man.
I wouldn't wear exactly even Apple Music. It's like I wouldn't wear if I wore a shirt of somebody, I would want to like not look like a fucking idiot and just like not know what it is. Like, you know what? I would wear a Famous Dex shirt over like, a Uzi Vert shirt because I don't know any. I'm sure if I heard Little Uzi's songs, I probably know it, but I know Famous Dex songs because he comes to the store and I'm like, and they play it in the store. I'm like, okay, I know Famous Dex.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I know a Travis Scott song. I know a Vink Mensa song. Vince Staples, I really dig. So it's like I don't like Kendrick too much, but that's on me.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
It's like it's really like my love of hip hop is like I don't like Migos.
Okay.
I think it's funny. I like A$AP Ferg. I like A$AP Rocky.
What's Kendrick doing wrong?
It's not that what he's doing wrong. I think he's good. Okay, here's the thing, and again, this goes back to my roots. I worked at Def Jam at the pinnacle of hip hop, late '80s, early '90s. Okay, I was around for the Jay-Z's. I hung out with Biggie. You know what I mean? I was around during the Beastie Boys, LL Cool J. Fast forward, past that, I was around, for the Ja Rules, the DMXs, you know what I mean, the Locks, all that stuff. Fucking 50 Cent. All these people still hold candles today. The Wu-Tang Clan, Method Man, one of my favorite, most fucking prolific rappers of all time. Back then it was a fucking, it was a craft. And a lot of these rappers now, like if they came into my office at the time when I worked there, they would get thrown out. You wouldn't even get in the fucking mailroom because you don't have a skill.
Okay, but Kendrick most encompasses like the idea of what it was to be like a great album-oriented rapper of that time, don't you think?
Well, I just put it this way. I think he's good. Let me put it this way. I don't like him. I respect him. It's not my cup of tea. Like I can't go and bang. I like what he did though. He did a song where he was calling out everybody, right? Recently.
Well, it was like 5 years ago, but yeah.
Okay. See, that's how. No. Wait a second. Didn't know one of his
Control. When did Control come out? No. Oh, Humble the other day. Oh, okay.
No, he came out with a song, right? Like.
Well, Control was the one where he called out like 30 different rappers. That was a few years back.
No, but recently, didn't he come out with something else where he was like calling out some, like just like.
He called out.
Yes.
Yeah, Big Sean and Drake. He's always got some bars for Drake on every album, yeah.
I mean, come on, man. It's like I never thought in a million years the biggest rapper of the time would be a half black, half Jew guy from fucking Toronto. Like seriously, I would never ever think that in a million years. Like growing up in Brooklyn and then fucking working at Def Jam, you would never ever think that. And Drake is dope. I just think does he write his own rhymes? I know that
still matters to you. You're a purist.
You know what, dude? I know I can't say because I did sign something years ago, and I'm sure if I said it now, I would fucking somehow get sued. But 2 or 3 rappers, 2 big rappers in the 90s had ghostwriters, and I know, and they were huge rappers. And
Eazy-E.
No, Easy, no.
Dr. Dre.
No. But there was some, I can't say, I really can't say, but there was 2 rappers that did have ghostwriters. And
But are these ones that like, because there's a lot of dudes who have ghostwriters that it's like very much talked about, like, you know, everybody's kind of heard about it. I believe that there's probably way more ghostwriting going on. I think that Drake is just unique because he was exposed. I think that if we knew the truth like we know it about Drake, that we'd probably, there's all kinds of dudes, you know.
No,
everybody.
I know. I mean, look, Nicki Minaj, does she really write her rhymes? I think somebody else is writing rhymes for her. And I think her going up, I mean, fucking Remy Ma, I don't care about that. I care more like when she went up against Lil' Kim destroyed her.
See, I don't even remember that one.
You know, everybody remembers that? Lil' Kim fucking, you know, like.
I'm a barb, I don't know.
Well, are you a barb?
I'm
Oh,
a
not
barb.
the Kingdom now. It's called the Kingdom.
That's the name now?
She changed her shit to the Kingdom.
Wow, I didn't know that. I
see,
guess
how do
I'm
I-
supposing
how
I'm
do-
not really a barb.
You
Yeah.
know, how do I know that? And
I
then
like
you don't.
Nikki though. Well,
I
I
mean-
mean, she seems like a total cunt, but I want to like her.
It's not my thing, you know. Like the last rapper. I mean, I love YG. The Game is my homie. I love the Game. Fuck.
When's the last time you saw Bieber? You were hanging out with him tough on Instagram for a while.
Yeah, you know Bieber. You know Bieber's. He's a friend. You know, he's a cool kid. I like him. We talk about all kinds of things. And
What was the basis of your relationship? Just skate the ramp and shit mostly?
No, actually, the basis of our relationship, you know, it was more like I had like a, you know, not like a tiff with him. I just didn't. I thought he was like, oh, whatever, you know. Before I met him, you know, like just from what the media portrayed. And it's like, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. And I remember Chris Brown, who I am, you know, everybody knows I'm tight with Chris. Shout out to Chris. See you soon in LA, motherfucker. He called me up and he was like, yo, man, where are you? I'm like, home. He's like, yo, come to the shop. I'm like, why? He goes, oh, I got Justin here. He wants to come skate the ramp. I'm like, oh, man. He's like, oh, no. He's really cool. You should meet him. You should meet him. Come on. I'm like, okay. And I met him and he was really nice and everything. And then like, I didn't think anything of it. Because, you know, first impressions are, you know, listen, you meet, I always go by second and third impressions. Because I've met so many people, you meet them once, and then you'll see them like a week later, and if they don't know you, and like they act like they don't know you, I'm like, well, fuck, then I guess it wasn't that important. And I remember seeing him at Hyde, and he saw me, he's like, yo, D, what's up? He pulled me in his table, we're drinking, he's like fucking all these chicks, and he's like all over the place, looking at me, he's like smirking, he's like grabbing chicks' asses. I'm like, oh, this kid's cool. And he's like, yo, man, you want to come back? We're going to go fucking party at this house. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And he's inviting me. I'm like, okay. And then he got my number, and then he started calling me like fucking like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. He's like, yo, let's go to the shop. Let's skate. I'm like, okay. And then we just started hanging out, and, you know, we started hanging out, and he was always cool to me, and he started skating, and fucking he's been nothing but nice to me. You know, I can't say a bad thing, you know.
What about
him.
the Breezy friendship? Where'd that come from? And did people have him all wrong? The media and such?
Yeah, Chris is definitely one of the most, you know, right off the bat, I mean, he is one of the most, and I knew this way back when. So my friend Tina Davis used to manage him, and I had met him when he was like 16, turning 17. She's like, hey, I got this artist, blah, blah, blah. I want to come send him to your store. And he was coming to my store, and you know, he was buying shit at the time. Streetwear, were a lot of urban artists. They weren't wearing what streetwear was because it was too new. 2004, you know what I mean? 2005, and I met Chris, and you know, he always we just hit it off, you know, because I never really looked at him I don't look at anybody. I mean, I'm friends with Johnny Depp. It's like I don't look at them as, you know.
Well, you've been around it since you were so young. That
Exactly.
fame has to seem like, and you yourself were mega famous at one point, and now are more of a regular dude. It's got to like really give you perspective on the whole roller coaster, right?
It definitely gives me perspective, and you know, my friendship was great with Chris, and I remember when that shit went down with Rihanna, and I remember like he went into seclusion, and I'll never forget this. He called me one day. He's like, "Yo, man, I want to come to the shop." I'm like, okay. And it was like early in the morning. And this is when he was doing no press. He was, you know, this is when it just happened. And he came there with Big Pat, his security guard at the time, and we just sat in the store and we were just talking about a couple of things. It was just silence. It was just like he just wanted to escape, wherever he was going, wherever he was at. He wanted to come to the shop, which was like a safe place. And we just sat there and we just talked about this shit. And I didn't ask him about anything. And I never did after that. And, it's like he was just, we became like, family, you know what I mean? We've been through a lot and, together, and I've always stuck by him, you know what I mean? And people have, they say shit about him, and like, I get so much shit.
Just for being cool with him? I
get so much shit from the community, for being friends with Chris Brown and Justin Bieber. And it sucks because even on our Instagram, we kind of like, it's kind of a double-edged sword, like, our which I'm going to start a new Instagram account because a lot of our followers are like either Bieber or Chris Brown, and they're not, when we post something like a Brooklyn Products t-shirt or a 10 Deep or Nike, it's like 200-300 likes, but we have 48,000 followers. But we post something with Chris Brown or Bieber, and it's like fucking 2,000 fucking likes, and it sucks. So I kind of like, it's kind of a double-edged sword because in a lot of the skate kids like, oh, fucking, he's down with Chris Brown. I hear all the time, wife beater, and how could you be down with him, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, look, man, I've done a lot of fucked up shit in my life, and I don't judge anybody. And you know what? If y'all ain't judging like Michael Jackson, for doing what he did, or fucking Terrence fucking Howard for what he did, and fucking I can go and name fucking hundreds of celebrities that fucking beat their women and vice versa. And back in the 60s and 70s, I mean, fucking, the Frank Sinatra, they used to fucking crack their girls all the time. It was accepted. So I don't, he was young, he did something, stupid. I think he's paid for it 10 times over. He was tried deliberately to be blackballed, and he rose above it. Which is kind of like my story. I've been, people haven't, been trying to hold me down for a while, and, he's my friend. That's it. I leave it at that. You know what I mean? He's just my friend, and you know what I mean? It's like, and people don't like that though. Like a lot of our followers, they don't like that. They don't like to see Bieber skating the ramp. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what am I going to do? At least he skates.
Yeah, that's cool.
What am I going to do? You can't skate.
I mean, that's the funny thing about skateboarding versus BMX is that in BMX, if you had Bieber pick up a BMX bike for a photo or something, everybody'd be like pretty hyped, I think, just because BMX is a smaller community. Yeah, but like people want to see that because then they're like, oh yeah, we need to help grow BMX, blah, blah, blah. Skateboarding is so big that people look at it like, no, we got to keep it to ourselves. We don't want to help grow skateboarding. It's already too big. It's out of control.
I just think it's shitty. But again, it's a double-edged sword. I'm like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, what can I do? It's like, do not be friends with these people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
like a commoner.
But they're good. At the end of the day, my answer is I have no problem with Chris or Bieber, and like they're good people. And what's done is done, and.
Well, I'm on Team Breezy, so
there it is.
I love it. Everybody deserves a second chance.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You got anything else you want to get out? And like, because if I stop it now, we can maybe clear it less than an hour and 50 minutes because we've been going an hour and 50 minutes almost. So you got anything you want to talk about for like the last 3 minutes?
No, I just want to like say thank you for everything you. Honestly, and I'll tell you this, and I've told you this before. Thank you for everything you do. For the community.
My pleasure, man.
For BMX and for the community. Thank you for, like, you're one of the few guys that pay it forward. And it's funny, but, like, it's funny that, like, the BMXers, do so much more, like, the Stevie Churchills and the Brandons and the Connors and the Reeds. They do so much more for me, not knowing me that long, but they're the perfect example of like paying it forward to like the OGs. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I opened up my shop, out fucking in Brooklyn, there was another shop that was holding down New York, and I always paid it forward. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're giving like props to the people that, and it's really nice. And, I appreciate it, of course. And I appreciate everybody that supports me, all the new followers and the old followers and people that stuck by me. And then, that's really, go support Brooklyn Products brand. Go to brooklynproducts.com and scoop that shit up.
Well, see, Dom thought that this was like me doing him a favor or something.
This
is, I want to do this interview. This is a conversation I wanted to have. And I mean, the thing about you is that say there's only a couple of 5,000 people, 10,000 people who are like, oh, I really extra. Obviously, No Jumper has its own fan base, but if it's only 10,000 dudes from back in the day that remember Headbangers Ball, and they're like, man, what the fuck is that guy up to? That's a huge win in my mind, because that's a very weird group of people to be bringing into this strange little space. That's cool to me to think that. I love that idea. That's why I love interviewing like really underground dudes that I have faith in, just because I like to bring in all these different audiences.
Well, I'm hoping that we do bring in a nice array of audience members to the No Jumper site. I mean, No Jumper's dope. I mean, I think it's fucking dope. I think it's dope what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
It's fucking one of the best podcasts out. And again, I'm tripped out that you even want me here. And I have a bet with Alfredo, so we'll see.
But that I'm not going to put it out?
No, that you're going to put it out, but we're going to see how many listeners and how much interaction we're going to get.
Well, that will be interesting.
I said I don't think we're going to get more than 1,000 views.
Oh my! I don't think I could do less than 20,000 if I interviewed the fucking janitor, bro. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I said, listen. I just said, oh well, I'm pretty close to the janitor. I am of custodial fucking.
We had Hakeem over here. He's never even heard Rain and Blood. He was on it. 50K. Boom. It's all good. Oh, you're disgusting. I hope nobody could hear that.
You know what we got to do? You know what would be a great segment to do?
What?
We should get, this would be a great segment. We should get random people walking down the street with like a Slayer, Nirvana, whatever. And pull them off and put them here and go, here.
What do you think?
What do you think?
You know what I mean? Mind. What do you think?
Exactly. Yeah. I think we should just do that so people can, fucking go, oh, wow, I get it now. You know what I mean? It's like, I think, you know what's funny? I dig that. Is it Little Uzi Vert that he follows one person on Instagram? It's Marilyn Manson.
That sounds about right. He's his favorite artist.
Huh? He's obsessed.
Ben Baller just made him a Marilyn Manson chain.
Okay, so how about this? I'm doing something with Marilyn Manson, so it's gonna be kind of funny. Yeah, I'll talk about more on my next one. But like Marilyn, there's a video. I mean, me and Manson go back a long time.
Really?
Yeah. So it's just funny.
You did a lot of coke with him, I'm assuming.
I've never done coke in my life.
Ever?
I sold it.
Really? That's cool. Me too. I sold it a long time before I did it.
Yeah, I sold it, and I saw what it did to fucking people and girls. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know what I like to do? I used to like go to like closets and stuff. Like when people would do coke in closets, I would just go fuck with them. I would go into the closet with them, like I'm gonna go do it. And when it came to me, I'm just like, no. I go, you guys do it. I'll pass. And they go, okay. And then they look at me and they're doing it, and they're all nose like, I barely do this. And they get all paranoid because I'm sitting there all straight looking at them like, yeah, do that fucking whitetail shit. Come on, homie. So I don't do it. I think I smoke weed, and I used to be hooked on dust though through the Beastie Boys.
What years are we talking?
Late 80s.
We still got a lot to talk about in the future. Okay. Hey, shout out to Brooklyn Dom for coming through. Make sure you check out Brooklyn Projects right down the street on Melrose. Check out their website. Check them out on Instagram. All the links are on the screen. Dom, thank you so much. This has been a great time.
No, dude. Thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. I'd love to come back here again and maybe like
definitely.
Let's bring Lizard King on the show.
You sit in on his.
That'd
Beautiful.
be great.
Perfect.
Mike Plum.
Yes.
Oops.
That's his real name?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
It's great.
We're already revealing crazy information. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Thank you, Brooklyn Dom. Bow.
Awesome. Thank you. That was awesome.
Your phone has low battery.
Yeah, I figured.
Hell yeah. That was a dope interview.
Yo, I'm gonna put it to my charger on the speedy charge thing.
Oh, I have mine too.
Okay.
That's the truest shit ever.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great. That was.
If you don't fuck with me, you're a stupid dumb idiot.